You know what time it is. It's time for Late Nights with Santana. So sit back, get your popcorn, tap the screen, and enjoy. Save your tears. Tears for what? Are you talking about liberal tears? Urgh. That's the funniest thing when you guys say that stuff. Liberal tears. Urgh. Hey Alexa, stop. Guys, tap the screen, share the live out. Let's go ahead and get this thing up to 8,000 likes so we can go ahead and open up the panel and start our conversation. I'm so happy to see you guys this evening. I'm ready to get rolling, so please tap the screen. We're at 7.1 thousand likes. We're at 7.1 thousand likes. We're going to open up the panel soon. If you are interested in coming up and having a conversation, if you are supporting Kamala Harris in this upcoming election, please go ahead and request up. If you are supporting Donald Trump, please go ahead and request up. Let's have these conversations. Let's do it. Guys, so we're going to go ahead and open up the panel, but before I do so, let me just do this real quick. All right. Hey Alexa, play it on this Alexa. Oh, guys, it just did the whole thing wrong. Oh, hold on. Guys, I'm trying to do a thing. I promise. Tap the screen. Let's go ahead. I'm going to start getting people in here. Okay, we're just gonna have to do this the hard way because it is not being cooperative. It is not being cooperative. Guys, massive W's in the chat for Erica. Welcome back, Erica. Ho!
Hey, good evening, everyone. Good evening.
And it looks like we're getting a Parker raid.
We are getting a Parker raid. Welcome, Parker raid.
Welcome, Parker raid. Listen, guys, if you are interested in hopping up on the panel and having a conversation, please go ahead and request up. Let's get these conversations going. We want to make sure we fill in the panel with people who are voting for Kamala Harris, people that are voting for Donald Trump. Please go ahead and request up, and we will start letting people in.
Yes. But I can't do this without my theme music, so you got to figure it out.
Listen, I was just trying. Hey, thank you for the money gun.
Thank you, love.
Listen, let's try this again. Hold on one second, because my Alexa's being wonky. Alexa, play "Guess Who's Back" by Beanie Siegel.
Hey.
Yeah, see, it keeps doing that. Thank you for the jellyfish.
Don't want to play my song.
It keeps doing it. No. So, hey Alexa, stop. I don't know why it's being weird. Hey Wu-Tang.
Hey, Wu-Tang.
Don Shashira. Hey, Erica.
Hey.
Y'all hear me okay?
I'm sorry, what did you say, Wu-Tang?
I was trying to see if y'all could hear me okay, because my phone's hella quiet right now.
We
I hear
can.
you, love.
Okay, maybe Erica's just quiet from all those Virginia Slims.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Get him, Wu-Tang. Hey guys, as you hit the panel, please go ahead and mute yourself as you get up on the panel. Please mute yourself. Wu-Tang, go ahead.
I was just requesting up because I didn't see Erica in the box yet, but then you pulled her up while I was waiting, and I was going to ask what the hell was going on because she was supposed to be on it. But she's here, so I'm good. So I wanted to say hi.
Yeah, listen, I was trying to get her theme music, but we couldn't get it going in time, so that was on me.
Oh, man.
That was on me.
Alright, well, I'm gonna make space, but y'all tap the screen, share the live, clear the goal, hit up Erica's Cash App or whatever pay link she's got in her bio, run her gifts up. She's been gone, it's been weird. Like, welcome her back properly, she deserves it.
Absolutely.
I's home now.
Yeah, whoa, listen, Wu-Tang, I promise you have to start coming up here more. You have to start coming up here more because every time you come up here, people show up and show out. Massive W's in the chat for Tasha who added $100 to the nightly donation gift, and also massive W's in the chat to Alex, who added $5 to the nightly donation gift, saying, did I see that Dr. Phil endorsed Trump? I did not see that, but I absolutely believe it. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so
Awesome.
much for the $50 Cash App, love. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Listen, it's Wu-Tang.
Let's go.
Wu-Tang brings all the good feels. I'm telling you.
To come back. Thank
Well,
you.
feel free to summon me anytime.
Yeah. Thank you, Wu-Tang.
Awesome.
Of course, shoot.
Thank you,
I'll
love.
talk to y'all in a bit. Then she's all day.
Thank you. Thank you.
See you, Wu-Tang.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and tap the screen. Share the live out. We still have space for one. Money good. We still have space for one more person. If you are interested in joining the conversation, please go ahead and request up. Please go ahead and request up. It looks like we have one. Oh, now we have space for one other person. Guys, we are looking for people that are voting for Donald Trump. We are looking for people that are voting for Kamala Harris. We are looking for people who want to have a genuine conversation. We're looking for people that want to welcome Erica back. We're just looking for people. We're looking for people.
We just want the people. We're people.
Got to give the people.
Hey.
Give the people what
sing.
they want.
I
Exactly.
can't sing, though.
Santana,
I
Yes.
literally can't.
if I may, I just wanted to give a shout out to welcoming Erica back. Glad she's feeling better. Also, you better watch out talking shit about her voice. She might, she's gonna beat you up.
Yeah, well, we'll see how that goes because I don't think she's going to be able to talk for that long. So,
He makes a fair point.
Yeah. All right, guys, we have a panel full.
Thanks,
That means
Trump.
we are going to go ahead and introduce the panel. So, guys, keep tapping the screen. We're at 16,000 likes. Let's go ahead and get it up to 25,000 likes. Again, share the live out. Send your heart me's if you haven't done so. Let's do all the nice little things that let the TikTok know that, hey, we're here and we want to engage with more people. Also, we have our daily gift goal, which is the Boo Ghost. It's almost spooky season. Guys, I love,
It is
listen.
spooky season.
Listen, this is my coffee mug from earlier. I haven't moved it, but I freaking love Halloween. I love Halloween so much. It's my favorite. It's all downhill. Hey, W's in the chat for management. Listen. She was like, oh, I was trying to use my emotes last night and I couldn't do it. And that's because you're not a subscriber. She was gifted a subscription before, so about time.
Awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, guys, let's go ahead and introduce the panel. I'm going to go around.
I want to say something.
Go ahead, E.
All right. I just wanted to remind everyone that Santana is nice. I am not. Also, I am not doing any screaming tonight. So I do ask that we all be extremely respectful of each other and do not do any over talking. I would really, really appreciate it. Just let people finish their sentences and then, you can respond. But please no over talking. Just, it's too much. And that's just because of what happened earlier today. I was like, my God. So, yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Santana is nice. I am not.
Absolutely. Listen, we're going to have a good night. I'm sure of it.
Yes, and I missed all of you so much. I'm so happy to be back.
Absolutely. All right, guys, so let's do this. We're going to go around the panel real quick, and I want you to tell me who you are voting for and what is the biggest reason why. Who you're voting for and what's the biggest reason why. And yes, that does sound like you. You say it doesn't sound like you. It sounds like you for shiggity. All right, first and foremost, side hustle magic. How are you this evening, my friend?
I'm well, thank you, Santana, for inviting me up. I'm voting for Kamala Harris, and the reason why I'm voting for her, sir, is I think she's going to be a better candidate in terms of protecting our democracy. That is my primary concern. Policy issues are always an issue with campaigns, but I think that what sticks out most for me is the fact that I think our democracy is in jeopardy if Trump gets into office. I sincerely believe that, and that's why I'm voting for Kamala Harris.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I agree. I think democracy is at stake, and I think that's super important. Thank you for that. The Black Historian, how are you this evening?
I'm good. How are you?
Wonderful. The Black Historian, can you tell the people who you voted for, and what was your biggest reason why?
I voted for Kamala Harris Several reasons. She's not a fascist.
Absolutely. Perfect, perfect. Thank you so much. All right. Trump is Bay. Trump is Bay. Can you tell the people who you are voting for and what's the biggest reason why?
Oh yeah, so definitely vote. Well, I did vote for Kamala last week. Early voting in Florida, and the reason why is because I want people other than people that look like me to have equal rights and equal opportunities. And once my people start realizing and recognizing, and admitting to their benefiting from white privilege, the world can progress and heal.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think that's an amazing thing where you want to see people progress as well. So thank you for that. Uncle B, how are you this evening, my friend?
What's going on? Hey, I'm 56 years old, and I am a 100% disabled veteran, and I'm voting for Madam Vice President because I need my benefits. Man, I can't tell
Absolutely.
you how much I need every single cent of my benefits. I am in a rest home, and the benefits are paying for it. And if I didn't have that, it got cut, I'll be in the world hurt. So
Absolutely.
that's the most important reason.
Absolutely. Listen, I'm more than understand that. So perfect, perfect. Thank you so much. Money, how are you this evening?
I'm great, in a much better mood than I was earlier. I'm voting for Kamala because I want freedom. Everybody has the right to make their own decisions they want over their body, and she don't want dictatorship.
Absolutely. Perfect, perfect. Thank you so much. Bree, how are you this evening?
I'm good.
Wonderful, wonderful. Bree, who are you voting for and what's the biggest reason why?
So I already voted for Kamala. um, I just felt like she puts this country first. And I agree with her economic policies and her healthcare policies as well. I'm a registered nurse, so that's really big for me.
Got it, got it. Perfect, perfect. Thank you so much. And last but not least, Deborah. Deborah, how are you this evening, my friend?
Great.
Wonderful, wonderful. Deborah, who are you voting for in this upcoming election? What's the biggest reason why?
I'm voting for Trump. I think he will save the democracy. I like all his policies. I watched him tonight in New York, and he just kind of brought up all his policies was a reminder, and every one of them's great. And I think we'll have our freedom with him. And I mean, he was in there for 4 years, and I didn't have a problem with him, so that's why I voted for him again.
Okay, perfect, perfect. I more than understand. Thank you so much for that. All right, yeah, no, listen, cool, bro. I was thinking the same thing. So this is what I want to do because I don't want it to be an echo chamber, and I know for a fact that we have at least one other Trump supporter waiting to come in, and so I want to make sure we balance out the panel a little bit. Monty, is it okay if I go ahead and drop you down because I know we spoke earlier, and I want to give it an opportunity to get a few more people in, a little bit more balance, and then if you're available to come back up a little bit later, please.
That's fine.
Okay, thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate you. All right. And guys, we have every single time.
Does he live on a wind farm?
No, he's always right by the air conditioner. Every single time. Guys, we have a panel favorite. Kinda. MAGA Reacts, James, MAGA Reacts, how are you this evening, my friend?
I'm good, man. I just turned off the AC just for you.
Don't turn off the AC, just step away from it a little bit. Just like put a little bit of distance in between
My
you and
computer, listen, I got a giant gaming computer and the AC is right on top of me.
That makes sense.
So,
okay,
yeah.
perfect. Go back on mute, please. All right, guys, perfect. So this is for the panel. We just want to keep you guys informed, especially since Erica is back. So let me go ahead and remind Erica, right? Because Erica hasn't been on the panel in a while. So I need to make sure I tell Erica about all the things, right? Erica, so just be mindful of the things as you're talking tonight. Be mindful of certain TikTok-friendly language. So you want to use words like pew pew, mustache man, unalive, C19, schnotsy, schmex, those type of things. Grape. Also, Erica, this is a safe and friendly community. So what that means is we don't do any of the isms, racism, sexism, classism. We also don't do any of the phobias, homophobia, transphobia, none of that. And Erica, guess what? Not only do we not play that on the panel, but we also don't play that in the chat. So guys, for you people that are in the chat that's not up here on the panel, like Erica, please be mindful of that, because my mods will mute and block you. And also, listen, Christo, whatever, you're already breaking the rule. Please don't use caps. Caps are for mods, and caps draw my attention to the chat. So please do not use caps. Hey Aaron, how are you? Yeah, so guys, that please be mindful of that. Hello. So guys, we're at 26,000 likes. Let's go ahead and target 50,000 likes. Please keep tapping the screen. Share the live out. Let's do all the good things to make sure that we are getting the live out to the FYP, because if we get it out to the FYP, there's more people that can get engaged. That means we can get more people to have a conversation. That means we can get more perspective. That way we can get more understanding. That way we can get more straightening, right?
Yes,
and
we have 262 people in here, and we only have 11 shares. Let's get that up to over 100, guys. Share.
I think I did 10 by myself.
But it only counts as one.
Exactly. Hey, thank you so much.
Share.
We love that you watch. Yeah, guys, listen, Erica is whispering softly in your ear. Guys, at the very least, share it out for Erica. So make sure you're sharing out the live, tapping the screen, get this thing up to 50,000 likes. We also do have our nightly donation goal, which we still have $145 left in our nightly donation goal. So Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of the pay links are in the bio. It's going to be Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24. If you enjoy the live, the information, the entertainment, the best way to support it is via those pay links. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. And please don't forget about Erica, because all of her pay links in the bio, and a welcome back PayPal or a welcome back Venmo or a welcome back Cash App would be much appreciated. So please don't forget about Erica. Ain't that right, E?
This microphone has been working all night until it was my turn to actually say something.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that is right.
Yeah.
Pay links are in the bio.
Absolutely. All right, so this is what I want to do, E, because our friend Maga Reacts, James, often comes up on the panel and he's like, I don't always get to talk, which sometimes he doesn't, especially later in the evening. But he's always a good sport and he always hangs out here with us. So this is what I actually want to do. Maga Reacts. James, the floor is yours to start. I would like for you, whatever topic you want to start with. I have someone who I feel like can handle just about any type of topic up here, which is Trump is Bay. I would like for you to engage with Trump is Bay on whatever topic that you would like, mainly specifically I guess trying to justify your stance as far as supporting Trump over supporting Kamala Harris. And you can use whatever you want to justify that to Trump is Bay, please.
I mean, there's many reasons, but number one is the economy. Under Trump, we had a very good economy. GDP was always above 2%, where under Obama, it went under 2% all the time. Under Biden, I think it was negative a couple of times. And most of Biden's achievements is really just inflation. So, under Trump, even though he didn't pass as many bills as the Democrats did, he's always on top of things. He's always talking to different companies to make sure they're doing well and to help them out. And his goal right now is to cut taxes to help them out and create tariffs so they don't take their business outside the U.S. He wants to reward American businesses and tariff ones from outside the country.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and mute you. I know you can still hear me. I was trying to let you go off, but everybody I know everybody in the chat was saying like your background is super horrible. So again, I know you're near your gaming computer, but whenever you actually want to speak, then can you please just step away, because it's like I can hear you, but it seems like the chat can't hear you that well at all. So yeah, just be mindful of that whenever you come off of mute. Maybe if you can just walk away for a quick moment and then come back. Yeah, some people saying they can hear them, but like I could hear you, but other people in the chat were saying that they couldn't hear you that well. Especially Trump is Bay, who is actually getting ready to engage in the conversation. Trump is Bay. How much of that conversation did you get from MAGA Reacts?
Well, I heard all of it. It was just barely, but I heard all of it.
Okay. All right. Well, the floor is yours.
Well, okay, so he's bringing up the same points that every Trump supporter, likes to bring up, even though they continuously get debunked. First of all, for the first 2 years of Trump's presidency, he inherited Obama's presidency. He also tariffs are a form. Sorry if I get a little scatterbrained, but you brought up tariffs. Tariffs are a form of they're going to tank the economy because it's just going to unalive small businesses. It's a form of trade war, so it's going to harm our relationships with other countries, which is flies under the radar. But our relationships with other countries is hugely important to our national security, and a lot of people tend to forget that. He also, you want to talk about policies and doing well with the economy. Is that why he had to bail out the farmers that he screwed over himself?
That's a good point, James.
Yeah, it didn't work out for the farmers, but it was good for everybody else, and he gave them subsidies to make up for it. I mean, this isn't. There's no way to make choices that are good for everybody. There's no such thing. Even the Democrats, their choices tend to be better for people who work salary jobs, where Republicans, their choices are better for small businesses. And right now, small businesses are suffering, and Trump's tariffs are not going to hurt any U.S. businesses. It's only imports. You guys make it sound like he's going to tariff everything under the sun. He's only tariffing things that come from other countries. That's the definition of a tariff. It's an import tax, not a tax on everything. Harris is going to tax everything because that's what she needs to make her wish list happen.
Well, half our stuff comes from other countries. Half of the stuff that we utilize in this country. Also, I know it's anecdotal, but I have a friend that owns a comic book shop, and he hasn't suffered at all. He works hard and has to fight to make his money, but he hasn't been suffering. And, thirdly, those tariffs, not only are they going to raise prices on the products that we use, those countries are going to retaliate and raise the prices of other products. Hence why tariffs are a form of trade war. It's just going to be, you guys like to use trickle down. It's going to trickle down through everything else, and it's going to harm everything. And you say, yes, the farmers suffer, but everybody else benefit. You do realize the farmers are the backbone of our agriculture industry, right?
And Trump set up deals with China to buy their soybeans, but once he left office, they weren't enforced. I don't know what to tell you. If Trump had his next 4 years, he would have made it up to them. But Biden took over, and I guess he didn't care about the farmers either, because they're still. I don't know. I don't really know what he did with the farmers. Let me skip that.
We're under the same tax policy that Trump engaged during his economy. So if you want to talk about prices and stuff that's going on right now, look back at what Trump did.
Yeah, because you also have to keep these companies in the U.S. To give them a tax cut, then let them go to Mexico. Yeah, it's gonna suck. That's why this time he's using tariff power to keep these companies in the U.S. And that's always, if you listen to him, that's his priority. He doesn't want to really go to trade war. He wants to keep American companies in America, and these other countries already have tariffs against us. So we're already in a trade war that we're losing.
Okay. My bad.
No, you're perfectly fine. James, that background is horrible, my friend. Let's switch gears for half a second. Deborah, are you there? I see you're a teacup. Deborah, can you hear me? Deborah. Hello, Deborah. Deborah, can you hear me? Oh,
for the record, it's my headset. I gotta go look for my good headset.
Okay, yep, go ahead and do that. All right, guys, so we lost Deborah, and MAGA Reacts is in a wind tunnel. If we have another Trump supporter who would like to come up at the moment and have a conversation with us, please, please, please go ahead and request up. For now, if you are not voting for Trump and you are in the request, please drop out for now, just so we can make sure we get another Trump supporter. We have a panel full of Harris supporters, and we don't want to overload the panel. So if you are not voting for Trump, please, please, please just drop out of the request for now, and I promise you we'll open it back up later. Let's do
And please, please, please respect the boundaries of
Exactly.
the host, the platform. Trump supporters only. If you're in the box, I know you hear us. Trump supporters only. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see here. Spinning, spinning, spinning. Guys, keep tapping. We're almost at 50,000 likes. We're almost at 50,000 likes. Trina, how are you this evening?
Actually, this is Roger. I'm on my wife's account.
Okay.
Roger?
Surprise! Roger, are you voting? Are you voting for Trump in this upcoming election?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, Roger. And what's the biggest reason why?
To be honest, the biggest reason why is I'm pretty sure you know about the wars that's going on over there, Israel, Palestine. I really feel like those guys in power, like China and North Korea, they don't respect women in charge. So I don't think that's like having a woman in charge at this time. It won't be a good fit. That's just my opinion. What do y'all think about that?
Oh, listen. Okay, so let me show. Hold on, E. Normally, like when people come in and I ask who you're voting for, and what's the biggest reason why. I put who they're voting for, and then I put their reason why. Ooh, Roger. Besides your name, I put misogyny.
No. I see why you say that, but I'm talking about like facts with those guys, the presidents over there.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Cool.
You just gotta do a little bit of research on those guys. And
I feel you. Hold on 1 second. Also, guys, like for those people that are spamming like the weird stuff in the chat, stop spamming the weird stuff in the chat, like the weird letters, and also please stop spamming the hearts as well. Even the blue hearts, like I appreciate you so much, but please don't spam that. Let's have some genuine thoughts, some genuine conversation. Please stop spamming the same thing over and over and over in the account. I'm sorry, in the chat. Also, guys, we're almost at 50,000 likes, so let's go ahead and get this thing up to 75,000 likes. I know Erica wanted to say something, and Erica, I'm gonna let you respond, but I did want to actually hear what Black Historian had to say to Roger about this as well. But E, you got the floor first.
Okay, bear with me, Roger, as my voice is in recovery mode. Okay. So you mentioned that you don't think that countries like China and so on will respect Kamala Harris. Is that right?
Yeah, and pertaining like if a war situation breaks out in negotiations.
So here's the thing. There's a few things. First, in regards to negotiations, Kamala negotiated the largest settlement with the banks for homeowners. She did that. It was $90 million. 90 billion, I'm sorry. She negotiated that settlement. That was her as Attorney General out there in California. Also, Kamala is a seasoned attorney. As you know, she served as district attorney and also as an attorney general. So there's that. She's well versed in negotiating, likely better than Trump. Also, a Pew Research study showed that out of 19 developed nations, 18 of those nations found that they believe and respect Kamala's leadership skills. They believe that she has the ability to do her position and to be president. So there's that. Additionally, also, when it comes to Kamala Harris, we all remember the Kavanaugh hearings when he was up for nomination for the Supreme Court. She made that man cry. She knows what she is doing. She truly does. And so to say that you think that she wouldn't be able to, and I'm adding on words because this ain't a direct quote for you, but to say that she wouldn't be able to hold her own in a room full of men or with China or whatever is categorically false. She is the best of the best. Not the best. And I'll pass it to Black Historian.
Wait, 1 second, because
Yes.
we're going to come to Black Historian. But Roger, I want to give you an opportunity to respond. And just an FYI, the next person that you speak to will be the Black Historian. So you can respond to what Erica just said, and then the Black Historian will take it from there.
Yeah, I see your point. It's just based off of, I'm not saying she's
Misogyny.
not qualified. No. I'm just, she could be qualified. I'm just saying, for example, Kim Jong-un would look at her like, who do you think you are type of person, even though she's qualified. Like, I don't want to hear what you got to say. That's what I get from him. Or the Chinese, I forgot his name, the Chinese president.
Xi Jinping.
And Putin. They, my opinion, obviously I don't know them, just my opinion of what I see, how they roll, they won't give her no time of day when it comes to these, whatever actions, whatever they're trying to do. So that's all. But I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm pretty sure you're right. I didn't do any research. I know a little bit of Harris background, but yeah.
Got it. Okay. Hey,
In
James,
his defense-
James, you're still in the wind tunnel. We're going to hold on for a minute. The Black Historian, I want to come to you and give you the opportunity to respond to Roger.
Hey, thanks for having me up. Roger,
Yeah.
it's all based on misogyny. Period. Point blank. The way she handled Trump on stage with a smile, how she baited him, how she spitted out policies and got him to basically, when she walked out on stage, he wouldn't even look at her, but she went over there and commanded that he shake her hand, and she introduced herself. When she basically sat up there and told VP Pence, excuse me, I'm speaking. So don't sit here and talk like she's not going to be able to handle herself. She almost called him a mother on stage, and she had to stop herself. She almost called him that name. So for you to sit here and say that she can't handle herself with men leaders, there's actually been women leaders that can in this world. In developed nations, it's about time America put forth a leader. Why not a black woman? Because we know how to lead. We can do almost anything given a chance. But our black men, for some reason, think we can't handle it. Have you seen Michelle Obama? She was actually head of the household while Obama was making less money than her. So don't sit here and talk about she can't lead. Well, can I ask you a question? What do your wife think about your views that you don't think?
As you sit there talking on your wife's TikTok account. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Exactly.
Oh no, we share the same values. Only reason I'm on this account because this is our, what shall I say? I guess the viral account where we make the money off of.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why. Yeah, that's why I'm on this account.
I see.
But the black historian, but you're right. She worked Trump, when they debated. So it's obvious. Yeah, I can't sit here and say it didn't happen. We all saw it. So yeah, she knows how to lead. I have nothing against women leading. Not at all. I'm just thinking about now. I don't think nobody's really thinking about if a war breaks out. That's what I'm thinking about. Like worst case, everybody's focused on America, like what's going on in America right now. But when it comes to wars, I just want somebody that's gonna freaking, not be weak.
Got it. Okay, hold on 1 second. Black Historian, you can make your point. Erica, I know you wanted to say something, but then we're speaking about war, so I would like to actually talk to someone who's been in the military as well after that, so we'll come to Chris. So Black Historian, then Erica.
All the wars have been started by men. So I'm like, it's women. You don't think she's going to use her advisors? You think she's just going to automatically go press a button?
Oh
It doesn't
no,
work
no,
like that.
no, 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 no.
So I mean, so I don't understand, why do you think that she's going to be the weakest link when it comes to war, when all the wars that have been started in this country who were uncalled for, the mass, what was it, little George, the damn it, mass weapons of destruction.
Weapons of mass destruction.
Weapons of WMD, yeah, that an uncalled for, and he had the wrong people. At least black women will do a lot more research before we go pew pewing somebody.
Okay. Erica.
All right, so you talked about being weak when it comes to these wars and whatnot, but Trump literally has he is servile to Russia, to Putin. Like whatever Putin wants, Trump is like, yes, sir. So it's like, what? I don't know what you're saying. I'm also very suspicious of you since you mentioned that viral thing, but sorry, guys. Whatever. Also, when it comes to Israel and Palestine, he literally said that he is going to allow Israel to make Palestine a parking lot. He said that. So Trump never has any type of plan. He doesn't know how to negotiate. He had North Korea pointing missiles at the United States. Like, no, he's not the one that you think he is. Okay? So I don't think that what you're saying has any basis. It's definitely not based in fact. I do believe that it's based in misogyny. I do believe that part. So misogynoir, to be more succinct. So I think you need to deconstruct that part. Because are you married to a black woman?
I am.
You are married? Ain't no way in hell y'all Trump supporters. I don't believe you. Okay, I'm going on mute.
Okay, perfect. So this is what I want to do, Roger. So you're specifically calling out the point about how you think that militaristically speaking, you feel like Kamala Harris would have a disadvantage just based off of those international leaders that don't quote unquote respect women. So I
Right.
would actually like to hear what Chris has to say about that, because Chris is actually someone with a military background. So Chris, what say you about that?
Yeah, I would say that's not a very good take for multiple reasons. So since 2010, right, all the way to 2024, the United Kingdom's military has gone from like 6% women to 16.5%. The same China that you referenced went from 5% to 10%. The same Russia that you referenced went from 5% to 10%. And in the United States, like now women can be in the infantry. So that was a really bad take. No, okay, so now that we got that knocked out the way. Number two, there's been multiple times that Kamala's come through big time and Trump just bends the knee. For example, Bibi Netanyahu, right, of Israel. Trump wants to give them a blank check to finish the job and allow them to do whatever they want to do. That's going to be your tax money, and that's going to cause more conflicts in the future. Netanyahu showed up to the White House. Kamala didn't shake his hand, started negotiating ceasefire, and now we're about to pen up a arms deal embargo, and she wants ceasefire. That's results right there. The Kremlin, which is Russia, literally published a document saying we need Trump to get reelected because he has a history of being manipulated, which is true because he tried to pressure Ukraine twice to give up Crimea to Russia, and North Korea. All Trump did was take a picture with Kim Jong Un, and then they went right back to missile testing. So everything you're saying, there's no substance behind it.
Chris, where did you how long did you serve in the military and what branch?
9 years Army.
I mean, what year was that?
Why are you asking?
Oh, because I'm retired military as well.
Okay.
So I'm trying to figure out, like, so your first deployment, you deployed, right?
Yeah, to
So,
Afghanistan and
what year was that?
I'm not going to give you that information over the. I don't know.
Okay.
Either.
So what did you deploy for?
I went
Like,
to.
what was your goal? What was your goal of deployment?
What do you mean?
Like, what was your mission? Why did you deploy to Afghanistan or Iraq?
Okay, so support a cavalry squadron through a brigade support battalion.
But what was the main reason you deployed? Just to support for what? What reason?
Okay, so I'm gonna dumb this down big time, right? So the cab guys in front of us blow people up. I support them, maintenance vehicles, and ammunition, all that other stuff.
What was I'm talking about the big picture, not what technically what did you do as in action while you was over there? What was
Why
the
are you
reason?
asking me all these questions? I just
Yeah,
went
no.
there.
To be fair, Roger, I'm trying to keep up with the conversation as well, and I'm not exactly
Yeah.
sure where you're going with this.
Yeah, I don't know where he's
I
going.
wanted to give you a little bit more
well,
leeway, but I'm
well-
trying to understand what's happening.
So I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure he deployed to overseas under a Democratic president, right?
No, I deployed under. Oh my gosh, I deployed under Trump.
You say he was in 9 years, so Trump went in on just, he's only in 4 years.
But you asked when he deployed.
Yeah, you real. Oh my gosh.
I mean,
dude. Okay.
So I would have thought Chris would know what I'm talking about here. So you deployed to fight over what? What did you fight over?
Dude, it's not. What do you mean fight over? We were in Afghanistan for 20 years. I deployed with six.
Fighting over oil. Fighting over oil. That's why we was overseas.
Okay,
Goodness
so with
gracious.
that, okay, dude. So with that being said, thank you for showing that has nothing to do with the conversation. So can you address any of the? Okay, so can you address any of the points? By the way, the Biden-Harris administration got us out of Afghanistan. By the way, so
At what cost? At what cost? Since you want to bring that up,
yeah, cool. What do you mean at what cost?
you said he brought us out. What happened after he brought us out? Who died? What we leave over there?
Okay. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and answer your question. Cool. So the Defense Logistics Agency, right, has put up plenty of documentation since 2012, when the withdrawal was first beginning to start under Obama, that we were selling all that equipment to the ANA and ANP. Now, let me ask you a question. When I sell you something, is that stuff mine when I sell it to you?
Of course not.
Okay, there we go. So we debunked the myth that we left a bunch of equipment over there. So now Trump.
So that's a myth. So that didn't happen.
Yes. So now Trump, yes. So Trump, according to the document, official findings from the withdrawal of Afghanistan, one of the most lengthy and most signed off documentation. Trump was negotiating with the Taliban behind our back and even invited them to Camp David on the anniversary of 9/11 on September of 2019. Also, he never had a plan to get us out of Afghanistan. And yeah, so all that considered, Biden, actually had a plan, and Trump was over here having chai with these guys and released 5,000 prisoners, including Mohammed al-Assad, which was one of the bigger ones, that went back to Afghanistan, released a bunch of people outside of the outskirts of Kabul, and they made our exit harder. So yeah, Trump did everything in his power to make it hard for us to get out. Biden actually had a plan and got us out.
So what you're saying is nobody is currently deployed right now.
Well, let's say this. Hold on. Let's say this because W's in the chat for David, who sent a $20 cash app to say I'm bored. David, listen, I'm trying to keep up with wherever Roger's trying to take Chris, and I don't understand what's happening right now either.
Yeah,
so
I don't even know either. Yeah.
Yeah. Listen. Thank you, David. Guys, we're halfway through our nightly donation goals, so we still only have $125 left. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the bio. If you want to support the live, if you enjoyed the information, the entertainment, and the education, please consider donating. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24. That's the best way to support the live. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, everything is accepted. Anything's appreciated. And please don't forget about Erica. I know she had to step away for half a second, but let's send her something as a welcome back. So perfect. I want to do this because there's a couple of people waiting. I want to cycle some people out, but I want to make sure that we have an opportunity to actually wrap up a couple of conversations. So this is what I want to do because Roger, it seems like you were kind of, I don't know where you were going with that. That whole military conversation went way over my head. No worries. So also, this is what I want to say, guys. We're at 67,000 likes. We should be at 100,000 likes by the top of the hour. So 100,000 likes by the top of the hour, we're going to sub only. So let's tap the screen, share the live out, do all the good things. Let's try this again. James, come off mute and let's see if your sound is any better.
It's still shit. I need a couple more minutes.
Okay, all right, you can go back on mute.
Hey, can I jump in real quick?
Go right ahead, Uncle B.
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit. First I got a rare brain disorder, so I talk different. My cage might sound like I'm drunk, but I'm not. But anyway, I'm an old submarine veteran. Back in the day, our main thing was to get any information we could of Russia. Russia was our mortal enemy. And now we're best friends with them? Make that make sense.
Exactly.
And then, also, I was a torpedoman on the submarine. I was also a nuclear weapons security guard. And I had to get a top secret clearance. And they have a checklist of what they have to go down. They go to my hometown. They went and talked to my old teachers, my coach, my church, everybody to find out if I was a decent person. And they also checked my credit score. They want to know if I'm more susceptible to selling my secrets to other countries. And Donald Trump, 45, has not been checked at all. He kept documents, top secret documents, and I would sell my left nut to know that he actually sold secrets to different countries. So to me, he is not the one. He is not the one.
Uncle B, you just gagged me. What in the world, Uncle B? I almost choked.
Look, I didn't mean that one. But I couldn't think of nothing right offhand. But something serious. My comic book collection. I would give up my comic book collection. I should have said that.
Okay. Okay. So Roger.
I'm an old man.
Roger.
I'm an old man in the nursing home, so got cut me a little slack.
Roger, are you willing to bet Uncle Roger's left nut that that Trump is a Russian asset? Because I am.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
I'll take that bet.
There's so much going on.
But
so
anyway, I gotta drop out, man. These CNAs looking at me cross-eyed, but man, hey, if y'all can't give me a follow, man, I'll follow you back.
Absolutely, and Uncle B, you are more than welcome back up anytime. I appreciate you.
Hey, left nuts.
Holy smokes. Yeah, listen, so hold on guys. There's a few people that are left in the box. I'm trying to get one other Trump supporter up, especially because James is still kind of in the wind tunnel. Listen, you Trump supporters are very safe and friendly, and you guys feel comfortable in the chat. Go ahead and request up. Also, guys, we got 7 minutes to get this thing to 100,000 likes. We're at 76,000 likes. Tap the screen, share the live out, or we're going to go to sub only. There's a couple of people. If you are not supporting Trump in the upcoming election, please go ahead and drop out of the box. Please. Oh, I see you. Okay. Are you? Yeah. I see you. I saw you, and I want to make sure I get you in here. Jack, are you voting for Trump in this upcoming election?
Trump, yes.
Okay, Jack, and what is the biggest reason why?
I'm actual military. I don't know about Chris up there. He didn't convince me, but I am actually current military. I serve in the Navy. While Trump was president...
Don't do that.
While Trump was president, he actually increased our wages. We don't make a whole lot as is, but he increased our wages. And then when Biden was president, that got turned into SGLI, which is something that will go to our families. So he took money out of our pockets and put it into a fund that will go to our families should we die, which most of us aren't going to die because we're not at war.
Unalive, friend. Unalive. Please be mindful of the TikTok-friendly words.
Apologies.
No worries. Okay.
But, yeah.
Okay, Jack.
And I was hoping to ask a question.
Hold on. Go on mute for me just a moment because Bree just kind of hit something in the chat as well, and Bree has not had an opportunity to speak. So I do want to go to Bree because Bree was like, enough of the military talk. Thank you for the heart me. Bree.
You can drop me if you want.
No,
I'm
no,
so
you're
sorry.
okay.
It's just like, oh my goodness.
No, you're fine. Bree, you have a plethora of people to have a conversation with. So we have Roger, we have James, who is MAGA Reacts, and we have Jack. All three of them are Trump supporters. I know you said you're voting for Kamala Harris, and you said because she puts the country first. Would you like to explain to either one of them how Kamala Harris would put the Trump first over Donald Trump?
Well, for one, Kamala would.
Kamala, my friend.
Kamala, sorry about that. Um, for one, and people can say whatever they want about her being a female and any misogynistic thought process about how she, can't lead this country. But at the end of the day, let's say that she doesn't win. I highly don't think that my good friend is going to send a bunch of people to the Capitol, to try to, like January 6th, to try to overthrow the government. And that's only one case. I mean, and those are just little things that made me really think that Trump really wasn't a good leader at all. I mean, we can talk about that. People like to throw out that she's a female and females are emotional and they can't really lead. Well, that was probably one of the most emotional things that a person could do. Okay, because you lost an election, you chose to overthrow the government. Okay, one point. Another thing is his lack of leadership skills. I was a nurse peak COVID, and other than
C-19.
C-19, sorry. Other than the fact that he was completely racist, calling it the China virus, there was just it showed poor leadership. How he didn't take the virus seriously, and we didn't even know anything about this. We didn't know that if it was airborne droplet, and by the time we actually shut everything down, people were sick, people were dying. And that's just something that I can never forgive. And that's something that I can never get out of my head. Literally seeing patients suffocate themselves to death. Seeing people unalive.
Bree, you got to remember the TikTok friendly language.
I know, I'm sorry.
If you say one more thing, I have to drop you down, but you can come back up. But please be mindful of those TikTok friendly language.
Yeah, understood. Sorry about that, man. But yeah, seeing people unalive, seeing people pretty much drown in their own secretions, it's horrifying. And I honestly do blame him and that lack of leadership skills for that.
Yeah, so I would actually like to let's try James one more time. James, MAGA Reacts. Would you like to respond? I know you're teacupping right now, but I know you can hear me. I'm in your head. Would you like to come off mute one more time, see if your sound is working, and if you can explain to Bree, because I don't blame Trump for C-19, but to her point, I do blame Trump for his response to C-19, so I would like to hear you talk about that. Also, chat, we got 2 minutes to get to 100,000 likes. We're at 90,000 likes, so tap. James, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I don't think there was any good solution to C-19. I don't think any Democrat would have done better. Trump did his best with the information he had. He made sure we had the supplies we needed. He made sure we had ventilators. He sent those medical ships to NYC. He set up hospitals in the middle of Central Park. He did everything he did. And we did shut down right away until we understood how the CV-19 worked. And the more we learned, the more we started to open up. I'm here in Florida. We opened up right away. And I don't think we did any better or worse than anybody else. I really, and also, everybody else was saying the vaccine was going to take 5 years. You have Harris, Biden, all of them making fun of Trump, saying the vaccine was going to take 5 years. He got it done in 1 year, whether you like it or don't like it.
Hey, wait.
He actually was right about that.
James? Can you tell me where I can find anybody making fun of him for saying that it was going to be saying that it was going to take 5 years? Because that sounds like a wild.
Well, you could YouTube that all over the place.
Okay.
Okay, James.
You could easily YouTube
give
that.
Us a source.
Yeah, let's substantiate that claim.
Give me a second to YouTube it.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like. Can I respond to that?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Because I feel like that's a huge stretch, saying that oh, well, any Democrat would probably handle it worse, or whatever he just said. It's not a Republican Democrat thing, okay? The bottom line
I didn't say
is,
worse. I said better. I think they would have been the same no matter what.
all right, but either way, that's what you said. And my point is, it's not a whole Republican thing. He was commander in chief at the time. He was the president of the United States. He was our leader, and he didn't handle that correctly. And people might argue that it wasn't his fault. I don't think that, obviously the virus was conjured up because of him, duh, obviously. But he did not put plans in place to make sure that we had. Sorry about that. My thing went out. There was no plan in place to ensure our safety, and that's the bottom line. I mean, our pandemic team, he completely got rid of that. I mean, what's your explanation on that? I mean, there are certain things that you just don't do as a leader.
Yeah, so
pandemic team would have done better.
Well, I think I have a lot. And, Chad, I know I said 100K, but I was just told we're going to go to 125K. So tap. We are on sub only until we make it to 125K likes. So guys, tap the screen, share the live out. Let's get this thing up to 125K likes, and then we will open the chat back up. We're at 102. Yeah, James, it's kind of hard to hear you say that and say that, oh, no Democratic president would have did better. But yet, I mean, Bree just brought up a lot of great points, and even more so, like Trump didn't have to dismantle the disease response team. Exactly. Pandemic response team. He didn't have to deny that C-19 was going to be as bad as it was. He also did not have to send C-19 tests to Russia for Putin. Instead of making sure Americans had it. So I say all that to say, you can say, oh, I don't know if a Democratic president would have had a better response, but something in me tells me that maybe a Democratic president would have had a different response, and there's something to be said about that.
Regardless of the political party, I mean, he was just poor leadership, bottom line.
I mean, he was being fought on everything. So
he wasn't.
Again, I don't have a time machine, but I know the second year wasn't really much better than the first year. The second year under Biden wasn't better, and yeah, my father actually passed away in the second year after taking the vaccine. So
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's okay. So yeah, I mean, it's a tough subject for me, but either way, I didn't really see any difference between the first and second year, and yeah. As far as supplies and logistics and stuff like that things he could actually take care of, he was on top of that stuff.
I
Every
chose not
day
to
he would
respond to
update
that
us.
because that's farthest from the truth. But do you work in healthcare?
Yes, I do. But
You do?
because selective, elective, not. I do Botox and fillers, and my father was an MD, and I was working with him in the medical field my whole life, so I've always been in that field. We had masks the entire time. We've had all the supplies the entire time. We never used those machines. You guys keep saying he sent machines to test CV-19 to Russia. We always used the kits, and we had plenty of kits the entire time.
We didn't say
especially
anything
here in
about
Florida.
machines.
I don't know how it was.
It was definitely the kits. It was the
You
kits.
said
It wasn't
something about
machines.
machines.
Exactly. It was the kits, and this was.
I was
when
told it was the machines.
No, it was the kits, and it was before they were readily available. It was when they were hard to get a hold of because they were trying to actually work up the kits. So no, they weren't any machines.
And MAGA reacts. I don't know if that's who I'm talking to, James. You guys are calling him a different name, but
Yeah. His tag says MAGA reacts, but his real name is James. So you can call either one.
okay. But I mean, you're
It's
saying
not my real name, by the way. I just use it.
Well, his alias, his stage name with his jazz hands is James. But go ahead.
My quick name.
Okay, but maybe I was living in a fever dream. I don't know, because we were severely understocked during C-19. I mean, we barely had PPE. I mean, we were using the same PPE for days. So I don't know what you're talking about, how we were all stocked up with ventilators. There are people who unalived because we were running out of supplies. So did you work at like a magical hospital in La La Land or something? I don't know what you're talking about. Or
I
maybe
mean, where
you
were
were in
you?
a centralized location that just was stocked up completely, because I vividly remember running out, having to use the same gloves, unfortunately, to do C-19
Um,
tests. Sorry, guys.
Okay, yep, I gotta drop you down, Bree. You can come back. Just give it a minute. James, hold on for a second. Let's put this conversation on pause. Guys, we're 10,000 likes away from opening the chat back up. So if you want to get back in on the conversation, tap the screen. Let's get this thing up to 125,000 likes. James, you had a question. I would like for you to throw whatever question you have to Trump is Bay. So go right ahead.
oh no, I was just wondering where she was working. I
No,
mean,
no, no,
maybe it has to do with her
not you,
state, but
not
South
you.
Florida was.
No, not you, James. I said Jack. Jack, the floor is yours. You said you had a question.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of like this whole thing seems very one-sided. Like, are we gonna ask? Is this gonna go back and forth like a debate, or is it just like, how to put this? Seems like a lot of claims are being made from the Democratic side, and then we try to put in our 2 cents, but like, we're not asking y'all questions. If that makes sense.
That's literally why I said you wanted to ask a question. So point your question towards Trump is Bay, and the floor is yours. Literally, I'm doing exactly what you just said.
Perfect. No, that just wasn't happening earlier, so that's what I was here
this
for.
this is a panel discussion, not a one-on-one debate. So people have conversations, questions do get asked, and it turns into back and forth conversation. But there is a flow to it. So again, ask your question towards Trump is Bay, and the floor is yours.
Yeah. No, I was just curious as to like what specifically is making y'all vote for Kamala. Like, what makes her so much better of a presidential candidate than Trump?
Okay. Sorry, I'm getting a bit of a headache of having to repeat myself, but I'm voting for Kamala because she doesn't sexualize children. She doesn't rape women. She doesn't walk into bathrooms of women or locker rooms of women undressing and kids undressing and bragging about it. She doesn't sexualize her own kids, saying they're voluptuous. She doesn't defraud anybody. She's also respectful. She's for everybody. She's not demonizing, Republicans and saying that they're the enemy within. She actually has policies, and she is by far the most qualified candidate that we've had in decades. Even more so than Obama's first term is she more qualified, because he was like a junior senator. I could go on and on and on, but honestly, a big reason too is that she's a black woman, and I want history made, and I want black women to get the respect that they're due.
Okay, let me ask you this. Why does her being black matter? Why does race matter at all in this campaign? Shouldn't the president of the United States be above all that?
I literally said 1,000 other things, and then her race was the very last thing I even mentioned.
Yeah, no, I don't go. I try not to go into politics. I don't even know why I came on here. I was just curious as to what y'all would say, but that race part really stuck out to me because I don't know why a presidential campaign should be about race in any way whatsoever.
Okay, so
let's hold on. Let's do this because I want to take a step back. Because I think there is something to say about making history, right? And I do appreciate the fact that she is a black woman. And me being a black man, I can definitely appreciate that. But the one thing that I can say is someone who has followed the Harris campaign since its inception, not once has she ever said that I am running on being the first black woman president or anything like that. But what she has done is clearly laid out the case as far as why she, to Trump's base point, is the most qualified candidate to ever seek the first term of presidency for any candidate ever, right? And so, yes, it would be nice to have that representation, right? Because forever it's been a bunch of old white men. There has been one black man but there has never been a black woman or a white tea woman. And so looking at how we are as America and the diversity that we have across the country, I do think there is need for representation, but also there's also a need for qualification. And quite simply put, Kamala Harris is way more qualified than Donald Trump. Even though Donald Trump has served as president of the United States for one term, she's still more qualified than him. So that's why I'm voting for Kamala Harris. Also, guys, W's in the chat for David. David, I'm trying to figure out what you're saying. Carpal tunnel with Des taps. I don't understand what that means.
He's getting carpal tunnel from tapping.
Oh, okay, got it. So yeah, thank you for that, guys. W's in the chat for David. We're up to $130 left in our nightly donate. Up to $130 nightly donation goal. There's 120 left. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Please don't forget about Erica, because we need to give her a welcome back gift. I'm sorry, Jack. Go ahead.
Just a couple points I want to make before I leave. One, our nation has survived, led by old white men. You know, I don't care what race they are. I don't care that they're men. I don't care how old they are. But people who are qualified to varying degrees have led our nation. And
you're right. Hold on. Let me cut you off for 1 second real quick, Jack. Do you think that Trump is actually qualified? And if so, why?
That was my second point.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
America, give it, whether you like it or not, is a consumer country, you know? People make products, we buy it, we sell it, we bring it in. It's just the flow of money. Trump had a business empire. He knew how to run a business empire.
He bankrupted everything. I'm sorry.
Hold on 1 second, Trump is bae. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jack.
Trump clearly knows how to run business, okay? And I'd rather have someone who knows how to run business than someone who a major thing about her supporters is that she has a certain skin color.
Got it. Okay. Wait. Welcome, Jessica Raid. What
hot girl shit.
Exactly. What substantiates Trump as being a successful businessman? Can you please explain how he's a successful businessman?
He was worth billions of dollars.
Okay, but how is he a successful businessman?
Because we had a better economy under him than we did under Biden's presidency.
Thanks, Obama. I don't know who that is. That's I think that's Tony. Listen, somebody's ruffling. Everybody go on mute for me for a second. Yeah, I think that's Tony. Yeah. Thanks, Obama. Yeah, Chris, I'm gonna come to you in just a second. Wait, Erica, did you have? Yeah, that's exactly what you think it is. Erica, did you have something that you were about to say?
Oh no, I was just saying thanks, Obama.
Oh, okay, yeah. Listen, so this is the thing, right? This is the thing. And again, welcome Jessica Raid.
Yes, put some coconuts in the chat.
Exactly. Trump is a billionaire who should have been a lot more rich, right? He should have a lot more money than he has right now. The reason why he's not more wealthier than he is because he is a failed businessman. He is someone who has slapped his name on so many different things and lost so much money to the point that his overall portfolio has dipped in multiple ways. I mean, you can take a look at the different things that he has put his names on, from Trump Steaks to Trump Water to Trump University to Truth Social, like all of these different things, and they have continued to fail. The best thing that Donald Trump ever did was inherit money from his father and then allowed that money to make money. It has not been a situation where he has built wealth in any way, shape, nor form. He is not a successful businessman. He is someone who was handed a large sum of money, and if he was not as inadequate as he is, he should have even more money. But to that point, I would like to let Chris respond to you, because I think Chris wanted to say something.
Yeah, so he's been quote unquote bankrupt 6 times. About 5 out of those 6 bankruptcies, he's had a family of some kind bail him out, including one of the biggest ones was the Trump casinos, right, in the either 80s or 90s, where Fred Trump had to come over the top and give him $20 million to go bankrupt
He miss
casino,
you for the
which, by
sub.
the way, is like one of the most. They say it's like one of the most easier business models. So yeah, like I wish that somebody would have gave me 425 million. I wish I had rich family to bail me out of every single bad investment. And Jack, I also, you said a very ignorant comment in the beginning. I'm just going to take 30 seconds here. I literally flashed my DD 214. Like, don't ever accuse somebody of not being military again. And I've looked at your profile, especially with you looking like that. All right. Anyway, yeah. Next person.
Get him.
Can I react to some of
What
that?
about my
Well,
profile,
one
Chris?
second. We would like to give Jack the floor for a second.
What about my profile, Chris?
No, I'm just saying the way you look personally. I'm like, yeah, don't ever. Anyway, would you like
What
to
do you mean the
address
way I
what I
look
said?
personally?
Yeah. I'm just saying you took a
Okay.
personal shot. I took one too. So
Okay.
anyway,
Okay.
Trump
We will
was
move off that. We don't want to talk about people looks. I mean, Jack, I don't know how you look, but I'm sure someone thinks you're cute. It's okay. Guys, W's in the
No,
chat for
that's not.
Alex.
I don't care about
Alex
that.
sent $3 to the nightly donation and said Trump is not a businessman. He's a celebrity. He's a TV personality. He's a character playing politician. W's in the chat for that, Alex. So yeah, guys, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links are in the bio if you want to support the live Santana Speaks 24, Santana Speaks 24. We can go ahead and knock out this nightly donation goal like in no time. So please consider donating, and please don't forget about Erica, because I haven't heard her say W's in the chat for such and such for the donation. So please, let's
You don't
make sure we
stop
take
doing
care
me
of
like
Erica.
this.
Yeah,
You know, stop doing me like this.
exactly.
I sound great.
You
I
sound
sound
okay.
great.
You sound okay. All right. So, Jack, would you like to engage in not the personal attacks, because we're not going to do that? Would you like to? Ooh, that's a good question. Would you like to engage in the sense that, your premise of him being a good businessman is very subjective and loosely based in how much money he has?
I mean, I don't know much about his personal finance. Like I said, I try not to get involved into politics. But with everybody throwing around a lot of accusations and stuff, I just want to see what the left is saying. I'm just sharing my own personal beliefs, what I have been told, what I know. But yeah,
Well, and which that's cool, but what?
I've seen the country run better under Trump from my own personal experience
How so, my friend?
than under Biden. The stuff was cheaper, which we call it. People were happier. Like, I don't know, the important things, people being happier, money being better.
Okay.
It was just better under Trump.
Hey.
Well, let me go ahead.
Can I tell you something? I have a request from the chat. Can we all just put thanks Obama in the chat?
Thank you, Obama.
Thanks Obama, because that's exactly what Trump inherited. Lower prices across the board, a better economy, and he was screwing it up until COVID came. That is it. But yeah, thanks Obama.
If I can quote some metrics like going in, because
Yes.
76 months of consecutive job growth, right? We're talking about the last 2 years of Obama's presidency going in to Donald Trump's. The household income, right? Obama, the last 2 months was $4,800 higher than Trump's $1,300. Also, Obama had 36 months of consecutive 224,000 job growth. Trump actually messed that up and was averaging about 24,000 jobs less. So yeah, like he didn't do anything to build that economy. Obama, in fact, Trump had one of the least productive presidencies in regards to policies passed. Obama did everything like the Auto Reinvestment Act, the Ledbetter Fair Pay Act, the Consumer Protection Act. Like Trump didn't do anything. He just inherited all this good progress and then took credit for it.
Listen, Obama started at the bottom because of Bush, and we all hate Bush. And when you're at the bottom, it's very easy to go up. But when you're already at the top, it's very hard to stay up there.
What are you talking about? You
The
realize
'08
how?
crash, did you forget about that
Yeah,
already?
yeah.
It's very
Oh,
easy to go
oh,
from a
oh.
crash
No,
to
it's
up.
no, it's not. So
Wait,
tell me.
hold on. Just to make sure
When you hit
I
rock
fully.
bottom, there's nowhere to go but
Wait,
up.
wait, 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 wait,
Excuse
wait,
me
wait.
real
Hold on,
quick.
just to make sure I have this correct. And yeah, Jack, I do want to come back to you, but just to make sure I understand what you're saying, James, the reason why Barack Obama had a successful economy is because things were so bad when he got it. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, because of people like Dick Cheney and Liz Cheney, who Harris is teaming up with,
So it
and
was
Bush.
the reason. Who? Okay, so your logic doesn't logic, right? And I'll just say this, right? Let's make it personable. I'm a Carolina Panther fan. Don't laugh at me. Um,
I'm a
we have
Dolphins
had,
fan, so
yeah, no, we've had multiple head coaches. We've actually had 3 years of three different straight head coaches, and all 3 years, our team has been bad. And at no point has it been easier for the head coach to build up because the team was bad. James, it doesn't work that way. That is super
yeah, it doesn't work that
nonsensical.
way in football.
It
It's
doesn't work.
different.
Okay. All right. Jack, you wanted to say something.
Yeah, I'm about to go to bed, but as to what James was saying, when you hit rock bottom, the only place you can go is up.
No, you can
Like,
always
that's
go
just
lower.
physics.
You
Yeah.
you can
Then that's
literally
not
go
rock
lower.
bottom.
No.
You can
Because
definitely go
every
lower.
time every time I think America hits rock bottom, then we get someone else like Trump who takes us even lower. So you might be right.
Takes us below hell.
But I
I
thought
don't
he
know.
inherited a good
I feel like
economy and kept it
this is a
there.
I'm
very
not talking
biased
about the
group.
economy. I'm talking
So,
about the. Well, no, you're absolutely right. I
I'm
mean,
not.
the entire panel is the entire row that's on this panel is all Trump supporters, but the host is voting for Kamala Harris. So yes, I am leaning as far as who I vote for, but I try to keep it as fair as possible.
No,
If you don't
I
feel like,
meant the chat and everything.
well,
So,
yeah, I mean, the chat comes here to watch this live every day, so why wouldn't they be
yeah.
biased? So why are you
Feel
worried
like
about the
they're
chat,
not
Jack?
willing to listen.
Why are you
They're
worried
not
about the chat,
willing
though,
to
Jack?
listen.
He's
Are you
making an
Focus on
emotional
the
over it.
comments.
Jack? Are you on the panel or
You
are
said
you in the
what, Chris?
chat?
You said what, Chris?
No,
I didn't hear you.
no. Hey, right here. Are you on the panel or are you in the chat?
I'm for the people
Are you on the panel or are you in the chat?
on the panel.
Okay, then engage with the panel and stop worrying about the chat. I don't understand that. So we have 4 people up here, technically 3 because Erica's my co-host, that are voting for Kamala Harris, and we have 4 people up here that are voting for Donald Trump. Let's focus on that and focus on the conversations. If you want to go, like, you can go. I mean, like, either or, but like I don't understand why you're so worried about the chat. That's weird.
Why wouldn't I be?
Okay.
All these are people.
Yep. Go hang out with the chat. All right.
Bye.
Tani, how are you, my friend?
Hi. Hi again.
Welcome back. How are you?
I am well, thank you.
Wonderful. Tani, can you say hello to the Black Historian?
Oh, hello, lady. How are you?
The Black
talking
Historian.
to
I asked her to say hey. The Black Historian. Can you say hey to Tani?
No, not today.
That's why
Oh
I love
my.
you, Shay.
Okay, that is not. Listen. The Black Historian. Please remember how we are around here. Remember who we are.
Very demure.
I'm being
very
demure.
mindful.
I'm demure. I said it in a nice way. No, not today.
Okay, Tani, I want to come to you, and then I want to come back to Roger. Tani, where would you like to start a conversation, and who would you like to start a conversation with?
You know, I just want to say this.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, your team is losing, and you know it.
Who?
And you all knew it.
The Panthers?
You
Yeah, the
knew it.
Panthers suck. That's why I like. Listen,
Yeah.
I don't even watch the game because they are losing. So you're absolutely right.
Your political team is tanking. And I know that you want a president that is a woman, or a biracial or mixed heritage, whatever. But she's not going to win because she is not a good candidate. I would love nothing more in this world than to see a woman president for these United States. I would love nothing more. But she is not a good candidate. She does not have a good platform. She is tanking. She is going down the tubes. And everybody is scraping every way to try to redeem her. And she has no redemption.
Okay, cool. So, Tani, can you say hi to Ren?
Hi, Ren.
Hello.
Okay, so you didn't get a chance to meet Ren earlier. This is Ren. Ren is my friend Ren. So I would like to allow Ren a moment of your time. And Ren, yeah, the floor is yours.
Connie, first things first, is the tanking in the room with us? Because I'm not sure where you're getting that her campaign is tanking.
Her campaign is in the gutter.
Okay, you're saying hold on. You're saying a bunch of words, but I need you to back your words up. So where's your sources?
Look at the polls. Look at the polls.
Polls are polls. Nobody should put all of their stock in polls.
Okay, so
Because,
you don't believe that the polls have anything to say. You're saying that polls don't mean anything.
I have a better question. I have a better question real quick. What polls? What polls specifically? Because Tani, no. Because so Ren, this is a thing that Tani and I talked about earlier, and Tani, you know this. If you're gonna make a claim, because you know what's funny, I still have my screen up that says 13 Regiment Buffalo Soldier. Literally, I just went back to Google. That's still the same thing that was there. So Tani, if you're gonna make a claim, please make sure you can substantiate the claim. So what polls specifically?
You look at any of the national polls.
No. Specifics.
Oh my goodness. You want me to pull something out of my hat right now?
No, I want you to put it in your brain. So where did you get it from to put it in your brain?
MSNBC, CBS, NBC, all of the polls, Breitbart, let me see, I will go with,
She said Breitbart.
I did say Breitbart.
Wow.
I don't think Breitbart does polls, but
I wouldn't trust Breitbart with my pet rock. But that's
Nate Silver, aggregate of polls.
All of the polls show that Trump is leading on all of the on every issue.
Let me ask this question, Tani.
So you know what?
And such an expert on polls.
Hold on one second, guys.
You know what? I'm gonna say this. I would love.
No,
I
you
would
wouldn't.
love nothing more.
No, you wouldn't.
Have a woman.
No, you wouldn't.
Was competent, and was a leader.
No, you
Hey,
wouldn't.
so you know, real quick. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at this is BBC, and this is as of 6 hours ago, and as of right now, they have Kamala Harris leading 48% to Donald Trump 47%. Which,
That's
if you're talking,
BBC.
you said any polls. You literally just said.
Breitbart.
Why would I look at Breitbart? Why would I look at Breitbart? Tani, that's why you're Tani. That's we. That's just like saying go. No, that's what Breitbart is. Breitbart is biased. What are you talking about, Tani? BBC is not. What?
Breitbart was founded and
Why
ran
are
by
you
Steve
yelling at
Bannon,
me?
so it's biased.
Because
Why
what
are
you're
you
saying
yelling
does
at
not
me?
make logical sense. Your math is not mathing,
Unfortunately,
and people do not want to.
your
And
candidate
no
is
one is
not
yelling
going
at. No
to.
one is yelling.
I
No
mean,
one
I
is
can
yelling.
yell if you'd like me to.
Okay, one second. One second.
Your
One second.
candidate is not going to make it. She is not going to make it.
Are you trying to convince us, or are you trying to
No,
convince,
I'm
or are
trying
you
to
trying to
tell
convince you?
you it's over.
You voted for
It's
Hillary, didn't you?
over.
Did you vote for
Yours
Hillary?
is
Hoping is
not
strong.
going to make it. She's not going to make it.
Yeah.
You're
Okay. So
not
this
going
is
to
this is
win.
this is what I want to do, guys, because the likes are moving kind of slow. But let's. Ooh, God, you just threw me completely off. Guys, let's go ahead and get the likes up to 175,000 likes. Let's do it within the next 4 minutes. We're at 157,000 likes, 175,000 likes within the next 4 minutes, or we're gonna go to sub only. So tap the screen, share the live out, do all the good things. Also, we still have in our daily donation goal, we still have $117 left in the daily donation goal. So Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the bio. We have about almost 500 people watching. So if 117 people just send $1, we can knock that out completely. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is my name on all of those. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. And please don't forget about Erica, because I haven't heard Erica say thank you to anybody tonight. Somebody please make sure Erica pay links are still working.
Yeah, because Santana get about 60% of these
Unfortunately,
gifts.
you have
Tani, I was talking.
bad
Stop talking. Tani, be quiet. Thank you. I was talking. As I was saying, Santana gets like 60% of these gifts. So please hit up those pay links, because I ain't doing this for free. I do love y'all, but I ain't doing this for free. Also, thank you, Ren, and thank you, Black Historian, so much for being here, because I do not want to yell tonight. I don't want to yell. I can't yell. You hear me?
I got you.
The Black Historian, you had your hand up.
Did she vote for Hillary Clinton? Tawny. Silence when she's being asked
Hey,
a question.
for the record, I voted for Hillary in the primaries before Obama beat her, but I did not vote for her in, I guess, Trump.
Karina, did you vote for Hillary?
Congratulations.
I'm sorry, Roger, did you vote for Hillary?
Yeah, I actually did.
Tawny, did you vote for Hillary? She can't come off mute.
She's probably walking her dog again and not paying attention.
You know what? Don't say anything about my dog.
Did you vote for Hillary?
Why would I? She was an evil woman. Hillary Clinton.
You just don't like
It's
women,
a yes
huh?
or no. It was a yes or no question.
That was a no.
Okay, you can go back on mute.
You just don't like women, huh?
Exactly.
Oh my goodness, are you serious?
Thank you, David, for the $20. I appreciate you.
Hillary was
I'm
more
very
qualified than
serious.
Trump. I'm sorry. Hillary was more qualified than Trump. And she was in public office, but yet they sit here and give a man more credit. He applied for a job that he had no no experience for. And you sit here and you want to talk about a strong leader. Again, you only think of someone being strong as a white man.
Thank you,
White
Women,
tea.
White tea. I'm sorry, Santana. White tea men. This, I'm not gonna stay up here as long as I did with her earlier today, because she's not worth it. She doesn't like women. She definitely hates herself. But she'll spew here. But she'll sit here and tell you that she's African American or that she's biracial. But I bet you it was just one of her grandparents or great grandparents that were black, and they want to claim it. My cousin does that. So
that is malicious.
Whatever, girl. Shut up. Go back on mute.
Yeah.
Shut up.
W's in the chat
Hey,
for Dr.
guys.
Jace. Dr. Jace used his monthly kick as a subscriber to get Tawny up
Hey,
out the
got her ass
paint.
up out of
He
here.
didn't call me a girl.
Yeah, listen, W's in the chat for Dr. Chase, Dr. Jace,
Thank
Dr.
you,
Jace,
Chase.
I'm so
Dr.
happy
Jace,
I
Dr.
got done with
Jace.
her.
Thank you, Dr.
Hey, I
Jace.
just want to say we're in a subwave right now, guys. So we got 2 out of 5. Oh, I'm
Don't
Yeah,
you
sorry.
hold
dare
on,
talk
hold on
about
one
it.
second, hold on one second, hold on one second. Erica, go ahead and finish what you're saying, and I'll finish up what I was saying.
Okay, yeah, we're in a subway right now. We got 2 out of 5. Let's go ahead and get those 5 subs in. We appreciate y'all so much. Also, shout out to David for the $20 Cash App. I appreciate you. W's in the chat for David. And also, Dr. Jace, you are a godsend, because Lord knows ain't nobody felt like dealing with her craziness tonight. Good grief.
Yeah.
That lady, she real life hate herself though.
Yes, yeah.
She do. I agree
Yes.
with you, Shay.
Yeah. So, guys, if you're wondering what happened, as a subscriber, you get access to something what's called a monthly kick. A monthly kick, where if we're having a panel discussion and you hear someone talking and you don't like what they're saying and you don't want to hear them, and all you have to do is type in the chat kick, and they are removed from the panel. There are a couple of stipulations around that, meaning there has to be one other person who is supporting that same side, i.e. we have Roger here, we have MAGA Reacts here, who are both supporting Donald Trump, and that's why we could actually go ahead and get Tawny off the panel. And also, she had been on the panel for more than 10 minutes, so if you are interested, please go ahead and grab a subscription. We are in the middle of a sub wave, so we only need 3 more subs to close out this sub wave. We only need 3 more subs to close out the sub wave. It gets you access to the Discord. It gets you access to a fast pass if you want to come up on the panel to have a conversation. All of those good things. So I want to get another Trump supporter up so we can have this conversation. What I would like to do is actually give Trumpist Bay. Hey, thank you,
Letty, for the
Liddy.
sub.
Thank you for subscribing, Liddy.
It's Letty.
I said Liddy.
Yeah.
Letty.
I know, but I like Liddy. Like we Liddy. Like we lit.
God is working with you.
Yeah.
He is still working on you.
Yeah. Trump is Bay. I would like to give you the floor one more time to have try to wrap up your conversation with James, and then I'm gonna go ahead and rotate you out, my friend.
Okay, so really, there's really nothing I can really add outside of what I already said about the economy. Like I said, he had Obama's economy for the first 2 years, and the whole thing with C-19 was that, yes, I don't blame Trump for C-19. Any reasonable person wouldn't. But the fact of the matter is that he mishandled it, and he used it as an opportunity to spread hatred towards Asians. By the way he would use the slurs and the way he classified the virus. How are you gonna? I'm sorry.
I was just saying good night to Chris.
Oh, okay, my bad. But how are you going to come out with warp speed to fast track the vaccine and then act like vaccines don't help? Suggesting to inject bleach. Come on, man. How are you going to question Dr. Fauci and think that you're the expert over him, and then discredit him after when the pandemic was winding down? I honestly don't get it, and I don't get how MAGA can buy into all that.
Hey, did you guys know that Trump is Bay? Did you know that at a rally like this past weekend, like maybe Friday or Saturday, he was talking to a group of Asian American and Pacific Islanders, and he actually said China virus to them?
Yeah.
Dude,
Hold on.
You can't say that.
Yeah, no, for sure. Hey, Trump is Bay. I gotta drop you down, my friend. I gotta drop you down. I appreciate you.
Bye, Trump.
Yeah. Okay. Real quick. Gonzo, can you tell us who you are voting for in this upcoming election? What's the biggest reason why? Gonzo, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Can you tell us who you're voting for and what's the biggest reason why?
Well, I'm voting for Kamala Harris.
Okay, and the biggest reason why?
Because I actually believe in democracy and freedom, and I don't really see that getting that from the right side. So, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. And we have one other person coming in now. I want to. Oh, well, thought we had one other person coming in now. Let's see here. Do. Michael.
Yeah,
Hey, Michael. Can you tell us who you're voting for and what's the biggest reason why?
I'm voting for Trump, and the biggest reason I'm voting for him is because of inflation.
Okay, perfect. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and level set, and so we know where we are. We have on the panel currently, Javon. What's going on, Javon, my brother?
What up? Good evening. How's everybody doing? Hey, Africa. Good to see you. What's up, Black Historian?
Hey.
Yeah. So, I just wanted to say really quickly. So if you haven't already, because I know we're in the stage period of early voting, make sure that you have went out to vote. Mail-in ballots are still being accepted for particular states. I heard, I don't know if you heard, Santana, but there was a Third Circuit Supreme Court decision that they had pushed for recently that they deem it illegal that if ballots are sent in after November 5th, they will not count those ballots.
No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Is it sent in or arrived? Because that's a huge difference.
I'm not sure, so I'm gonna do my research more on it.
It normally normally it's postmarked, so I'll check on that.
Oh yeah. So
because my Florida ballot still says November 5th, but
awesome. So I just want to put that into perspective and put that on the table. That also too, I forgot who, but someone up here said that it was harder for Trump to pass forth certain legislation. That's not true. When he was in a Republican-controlled Congress, it was actually harder for Obama and Biden to pass forward. Like when they stopped and they paused, but Biden wanted to clear the national student debt. The Republican controlled Senate and House of Representatives, they stopped that. Like they paused that. And for Obama, it was harder for him as well to pass forward legislation, obviously in a Republican controlled Senate. So just to put that in perspective.
I think the Supreme Court stopped that.
Hold on 1 second, because I want to go get into a full blown conversation. I want to level set with everybody on the panel, but I did want Javon to be able to say that. Perfect. So we have Javon, the Black Historian, Ren, and Gonzo, who are all on the panel, and they are voting for Kamala Harris. We have Michael, Magariax, and Roger, who are voting for Donald Trump in this upcoming election. Guys, we have $117 left on our nightly donation goal. There's 420 people watching right now, so if 117 people just send $1, we can clear this out. So if you're enjoying the live, if you're enjoying the information, the entertainment, please consider donating. It's the best way to support the live. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the bio. It's going to be Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24. Also, keep tapping the screen. Let's get this thing up to 250,000 likes. We're at 207,000 likes. So make sure we do that. And also, it's been a while since I heard Erica say thank you to anybody for hitting her pay links. So make sure that we're taking care of Erica as well, because everybody is in the chat saying welcome back. But the nicest way to say welcome back is by lighting up her pay links. Ain't it right, E?
Yes.
Wonderful.
I agree with you this time.
Wonderful. And last but not least, guys, we're still in the subway. We have 4 minutes, or basically 5 minutes to close out a subway. So if you are, he said, what about Zelle? I don't think he wants to give anybody their Zelle information.
I ain't doing that.
No. Guys, we need 2 subscribers to close out this subway. If you're interested, please go ahead and grab a subscription. That gives you access to a fast pass if you want to come up on the panel and have a conversation. It gives you access to an amazing Discord. We have an amazing community where we we drop information there first, information like when we were looking for people as far as the temporary work, when we're talking about, special panels and guests and stuff like that. So you get access to all of that information early before everybody else. And last but not least, you get access to an amazing monthly kick, meaning if someone's on the panel and you don't want to hear what they have to say, then you get access to that. Thank you, Alina, for sending out those 2 subscribers. Thank you. She is. All right. So, Roger, I want to come back to you because it's been a while. You haven't had an opportunity to speak, and I want to give you the floor. Roger, I would actually like to hear you explain. You know what? Roger, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Thank you, Ryan, for the $5 cash app.
Hey, W's in the chat. I pick your poison, Roger. Would you like to? Because I think Ren wasn't on the panel when you when you were talking about your reasons for voting for Trump. But would you like to have a conversation around your reasons for voting for Trump with Ren or with Javon? Which one?
It doesn't matter.
No.
They're
Pick
both
one
listening.
for me, please.
Okay, gotcha. Let's do Ren.
Okay. Now, go ahead and explain to Ren again why you are voting for Donald Trump over Kamala Harris, please.
I'm more concerned about the war that's going on overseas right now, and if it proceeds to come our way, with Kamala being in the office, I'm thinking the powers, Kamala, the people, the presidents in China and Russia and North Korea would dismiss her or more misogynistic, towards her. So I feel like that it would be bad for America. So that's why I lean more towards Trump.
Hey, Ren, so he said the lady can't do it. That's what he said. Lady can't do it.
Okay, which war are you more concerned about?
Oh, if it's leaning to come this way, because we don't know what their plans are. They just doing stuff.
What conflict are you concerned about? You obviously have a specific concern. So what is your specific concern?
Oh, bringing the war over here to America.
What
North
war?
Korea, China, or Russia.
What?
So,
well, wait.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I'm like thoroughly confused now. I'm genuinely confused now.
I think he means the Ukraine war.
Is he? But he needs to say that.
That would be nice if he said that. But
he needs to say that because
yeah,
I can't read minds.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What I'm saying, I know it's the Ukraine war with Russia right now. I'm talking about this. I know there's issues behind the scenes that everybody don't know about. So that's what my concern is. If there's a war and it breaks out when it comes to America and these other countries that look down on women, I don't think that's what I'm thinking about right now.
Okay. Do you think the United States will be the first country to ever have a woman leader?
Say it again. I'm sorry.
Do you believe that the United States would be the first country to ever have a woman leader?
No. No, it's other women leaders around the world. I'm just talking about.
So why is she not capable of being a leader?
Oh, I didn't say she's not capable of being. I'm talking about for those 3 major players in China, Russia, and North Korea specifically.
You mean the North Korea who is when Trump went over there to tell them not to shoot off their I'm trying to think of the TikTok friendly way to say this. They boom booms, and then as soon as he left, they went ahead and was testing them anyway. Are we talking about the same Russia that took out hits on American soldiers and he did nothing about it? That's what we talking about? That's who gonna be this? Oh, he gonna be so strong with these other countries' leaders? If you believe that, I got some oceanfront property in Idaho to sell you.
I think what he's trying to
He
say
gonna
is
buy
they're
it too.
misogynistic, and they're gonna. That's the reason he's worried. That
He
they're
don't. He
misogynist in
don't need you to.
Russia.
Hold on, James. He don't need you to co-sign for him, sweetheart. Thank you, though. Um. So you're basically saying that we shouldn't choose the best leader for our country because of other people's issues with women.
No. Well,
yes.
Not
That's
necessarily.
exactly what you're saying.
So you feel confident in Kamala?
Kamala,
If somebody,
listen, Roger. Listen, this is the first time that I've had to say this tonight, so I'm actually quite proud
Who's
of everyone that's been on the panel. But her name is Kamala. So you can, if you can't say Kamala, you can say VP, you can say Harris, you can say VP Harris, you can say Madam Vice President, any of that. But please, please, please be respectful of her name while you're here. Thank you.
Oh, I was saying it how it's spelled.
Yeah, we're not gonna play that game, Roger. It's
Just
Kamala.
take the correction. Continue on with the conversation. Thanks.
So what you're saying is basically that we should not elect the most qualified leader because other people have a problem with women.
Yes, I'm worried about our country, not over just the whole, I'm just
So
worried
you're
about the war
willing
over
to
here.
sacrifice everybody that is here in your country that you claim to love and you care about. You're going to sacrifice all of us because other people may have an issue with a woman being the leader.
Well, all I know is I've deployed multiple times overseas to fight in a war for no reason. And it's a blessing to be back in America. So they can miss me with all the, fighting for our country. Like, what did I fight for?
Oh, I'm not getting into that. I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with that statement, but I'm not going to get into that. Like, war is war. So, but my question to you is, you're saying you're going to vote for a person that is less qualified. That don't make no sense. What you're saying is illogical. So what's your real reason?
It's because he doesn't like the lady.
No.
Roger,
It's
come
not
on.
about the lady.
Listen, Roger. Okay, because you've been tap dancing around this the whole night, and
I wish you would just say it.
I really wish you would. Like, just say it with your whole chest. It's because she has a uterus. Just say it. It's okay. Like, I mean, if that's what you feel, that's what you feel. But just like say it with your whole chest. Don't say, "Oh, I don't think they would take her serious." Blah blah blah. You don't want to vote for the lady with the pantsuits because she got a uterus. Erica, you had your hand up.
Yeah, you probably hear it in the background. But remember when he was speaking to the UN and he was talking and they laughed at him? They laughed at him.
Like,
other
thought
world
he was a
leaders
joke.
laughed at the president of the United States. That's never happened before.
How did your life like change when Trump was in office for those 4 years?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
How did your life change?
Who are you talking to specifically?
Yeah.
Oh, just anybody on the panel.
Huh. Well, because of his mishandling of C-19, I was in my house for a long time because I'm immunocompromised.
Because of his mishandling with
Because
C-19,
his mishandling
I had to go to a C-19 funeral of my grandmother, which we had to socially distance. So I mean, there's that. I mean, because of Trump being in office, if I ever have a daughter, for the foreseeable future, she won't have the same rights as my mother, her grandmother. Because of Donald Jimothy Trump, there's a lot of people sitting around here in my age group who can't afford to buy a home right now because all the homes have been bought up. So how did my life change with Donald Trump in office? You know what? The best thing that Donald Jimothy Trump did while being in office was give the people who were hiding under the sheet the courage to pull those white sheets off of their head and say it with their whole chest. So he did do something good, but he did a lot of bad. He did send the bat signal up and let the people know that it's okay to come out and be racist in public. And if we put him back in office again, he's going to let those people know that it's okay to be a rapist. It's okay to be a sexist. It's okay to be a racist. And they're going to be even more emboldened.
Yep.
That's just how it rolls.
So you don't think they was doing it? So you don't think they was doing that before him?
No, what did I just say? What did I just say?
I'm talking about like the
Hold on,
racist.
the black
What did I just say? What did the black historian? What did I just say?
That they gonna have the more courage to do it.
And
even worse.
And
They're gonna even
Trump allowed them to take the sheets off. Literally, I just said that. Yes, they were doing that before, but Trump made them bold enough to stand up and say it with their whole chest, which you still have not stood up and said with your whole chest why you actually won't vote for Kamala Harris.
I mean, to be honest, my life it didn't change. Well, only thing changed, I say, is positivity. I continue to get more money,
So, you know what?
no matter who was in office. On my
Always
end,
coming down to their wallet.
You know what? You are a selfish,
of course,
narcissistic.
the wallet.
Yeah,
You are a
Good economy
selfish-
helps everybody.
You know, both of y'all. I'm talking to both of y'all. Y'all are both selfish, narcissistic. You don't care about nobody else. Nobody.
I do.
When
I don't
He
feel
cares about world
no,
peace.
You don't, because you don't care about women, and I can tell by the way that you're talking. Because you're not going to support Kamala because she's a woman. You're not concerned. You're only concerned about those 3 men that their feelings may get hurt when we have allies who are leaders that she can talk to. You want to have better relationships with your allies. You don't give a F about your adversaries. So when you sit up here and you say, I'm not voting for her because she may bring war, you're a baby. A baby.
That's
And-
not the
and-
reason.
He's-
You know
he's-
that ain't the reason.
He don't want to vote for her because she's a woman and he don't think she can handle herself. When she sat there with a smile and baited Trump. So you know what, black men like this don't care. They don't think they don't care about black women. They don't think we're people. And Matt and this, who is this other guy? I don't even remember his name.
Wait a minute.
Call me James if you like.
James, yeah. You know, he has some unconscious, he has some biases that he needs to deal with. He may want to read a book. So good night.
I'm good. I think Tulsi Gabbard's going to be a first president.
I'm not done talking.
Hold on.
Excuse me, sir. I'm trying to be demure and a little bit polite here. Santana, I want to thank you again for what you said earlier today.
Absolutely.
It's 1 a.m. here. I have to get up at 6. So I'm going to leave this panel. I just want well, after I leave, I'm just going to block 2 people that's up here from my personal account. So,
Okay.
all right.
What did I do?
Can I say something to you though?
Yes.
You know, RC does block me yesterday for the same thing.
Shush.
It is always a pleasure to be on a panel with you. So that's all I wanted to say.
Thank you, Ren. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for the gifts, and thank you, Eric. I'm glad you're feeling better, and I'm glad you're back.
Thank you, Shay. Always a pleasure.
All right.
Yeah, it's a pleasure for me too. Before you block me, I'd like to say that.
We didn't ask you.
Shut up, James.
That's okay.
All right, so let's do this. Thank you. Michael, the floor is yours. What happened?
I'm so sorry. I did want to say something in regards to
Yeah.
Roger because he said, of course, it's his wallet.
Yeah.
The people never look at the cause. It's always the effect. They see that we have higher prices. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to talk. We have higher prices. It's harder, to buy a home and so on and so forth. But they don't look at the fact that Trump waged a whole ass tariff war with China that caused farmers to go bankrupt because they couldn't sell their products. They don't look at that. They don't, and it caused larger corporate farms to actually buy them out. And then these corporations, of course, because they're corporations, they're greedy, they increase prices, they price gouge us. They don't look at that. They don't look at Trump's tariffs on lumber coming from Canada. They don't look at that. They don't look at how his tariff war played a part in the supply chain crisis that went all around the world. They don't look at the fact that also Trump deregulated housing, allowing these investment companies to buy up all of these homes. A lot of these homes that they purchase still sit empty to this day, but we have a housing shortage. So you all don't look at the cause, you only look at the effect, and it's very, very short-sighted. It's extremely short-sighted. And I feel like if you just, and this is, I'm not trying to call you any type of name or anything of that nature, I promise. But if you had a lick of critical thinking skills to analyze the information and the data in front of you, then you would see that this is not Biden's fault. And the Biden-Harris administration has done a hell of a job of getting us back to what we as Americans consider normal. And every avenue that they tried to reduce prices, the Republican Congress has knocked them down. Right? It's not for a lack of trying. This do nothing Congress will not allow them. You cannot rule a country by executive order. You can't. You just can't do it. Y'all really need to look at the cause. Then take a look at the effect and see how they're connected. Just see how they're connected. That's just all. I'll hop off of my soapbox now.
Yeah, thank you for that. I think that there's a lot to be said as far as understanding why certain things happen. So, with that being said, real quick, just before we get started, low key, how are you this evening? Low key, I just sent you a request to unmute. Low key, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, low key. Who are you voting for in this upcoming election? What's the biggest reason why?
Kamala Harris, and I'm voting because women's rights matter, the Supreme Court matter, and my everyday life matter. And I think Kamala Harris is going to do a great job. I heard a guy talking just a while ago about the military, about the wars and everything that's going on. Let me just tell you something.
Okay.
Kamala Harris would be the best president simply because they got all this talk about what she can't do. But I tell you this here, I bet you all foreign countries will respect her, and they will know if they get out of line, she will step up and stick a fork in them. Texas, here in Texas, when you barbecue, when that barbecue done, you put a fork in it.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and I completely howdy partner. I completely agree with that. Perfect. Howdy partner. Go back on mute for me just one moment.
Okay.
All right, Michael, I wanted to give you the floor, and I wanted you to be able to explain to Javon why you are voting for Donald Trump over Kamala Harris in this upcoming election.
So, like I stated before, the biggest thing is inflation. So, look back at the time, obviously during the presidency of Donald Trump and the last 3 years, which has been like the highest inflation rate since 1980s or whatnot, and that was all caused by the funding of the government on who they funded and what they funded that money towards.
Why do you all have the same talking points? I'm confused.
Because they all read from the same script.
I don't get this. So you're the fifth. Hold on. You're the fifth person to come up here today that said that you're voting for him due to inflation, but he's the reason why the inflation went up. So every Republican president sitting, like him and George W. Bush and George H.W. Bush, they've all been responsible for the economy crashing. I don't understand this notion. You guys are saying that he was first of all, he was only in office for 4 years. Obama was there for 8. You cannot overturn every single thing that happened in 8 years in 4. That's like feasibly impossible. That logically makes no sense. Also, you inherit the previous administration's policies when you come into office. So if Kamala Harris wins in November, she will inherit Biden's administration. Same for Trump. It doesn't work that way. So the work that the person did before them, they will inherit that. So what he inherit from Obama is what went into act. Just like how the Trump Tax Act that was signed into law in 2017, that is will become ineffective next year. The person will inherit that, like Biden inherited his economy. I need for people to stop saying that Biden is the reason why our economy is plummeting. That feasibly makes no sense at all, like at all. But what's the other reason you're voting for Trump?
Well, I mean that makes no sense, because then you're saying that you go back to George Bush, that he did a terrible job because he handed it off to Obama. But the inflation was way better off than it is now during the last 3 years.
So George Bush, a recession.
Hold on. So George Bush passed it on to Obama. It was still below 3.0 during any month from 1980 up until, from when George Bush was president. It was below 3% on the inflation. When Obama got it was below 3%. When Trump was there, it was below 3%. And there was nothing that Trump did that caused the inflation to go up this high, except for when the administration now started funding all this money for AIDS and stuff like that to other countries, and they started, which yes, of course, the $70 billion that they sent over to Ukraine, and on top of all the money that they've been aiding for like the housing causing for the illegal immigrants that have been coming in. Hold on. So let me finish.
Hold on, Michael.
Y'all are ignorant.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God! Stop fucking lying.
Those were flat out lies. And the reason why I cut you off and I didn't let you continue talking is because those are easily disprovable. Like
which one?
The whole thing, like pretty much all of it. When you talked about the actual the funds being dedicated to undocumented immigrants, you talk which
is a fact.
No, it's not. Where's
your source?
Where's your source? No.
Where's my source?
Hold on, Michael. Please,
I don't get it. Y'all talk and then I can finish talking.
Michael, please speak on federal funding, not state funding. Federal funding that is being dedicated to undocumented migrants. Cite your source.
Okay, I'm pulling it up right now.
Yep, and I have my Googles up. I am waiting for you.
What I'd like to know, since you said that, is just one thing. What is one thing that Trump done while he was in office besides rode on Obama's presidency?
He stopped a lot of wars. There was no war invasions during his time in presidency, which is what's one of the biggest issues going on right now.
Also false.
Which is no, it's not. What country invaded another country during his presidency? Tell me right now. I'll be waiting.
Afghanistan. That war was going on. Y'all get up here.
Which one was going on?
Afghanistan.
Which one was going on?
And
Afghanistan.
Hey,
and it's going on, and it's okay. Listen, and then the pullout. So if you want to talk about that,
hold on. No. Stop. Everybody stop.
I don't get it.
No. Everybody stop.
I'm trying to respond.
Michael, I don't want you to respond to anybody else. I want you to respond to what I said. I want you to focus on what I said.
All right, so tell the other people to shut up then.
No, I'm telling you to shut up and find the source.
Tell other people to shut up. They bringing in other shit. That has nothing to do with.
You know what? We're gonna do that. You stay on mute until you have a source.
Y'all are soft as shit. That's why y'all voted for Harris.
Yeah, you emotional. So there's that part.
Pussies, man.
Yeah,
Soft.
Having a mantra.
Just give it some.
This is crazy. This is wild.
I was going to ask him if he was Pacific Islander because I'm into his page.
Listen,
it's really this is disappointing.
The
very
thing
disappointing
is,
to me, Santana.
the thing is, right? Like the reason why he wanted to pivot and the reason why he started to do that is because I've heard that lie over and over and over. Javon, to your point, people have come up on the panel and said that lie over and over and over, and we've disproved that lie multiple times, and no one has ever been able to give a source, and that's why he didn't want to talk about that anymore. Like, I can respect Roger for saying that, I don't want to vote for Kamala Harris because I don't think that other leaders can respect her. I don't agree, whatever. But that's not a claim that can be substantiated. That's just his thoughts or feelings. I can get behind that. Cool, that's your thoughts or feelings. MAGA reacts. He likes to talk about certain specific numbers. I will ask him, hey, what are those numbers? We can talk about it. But the thing that I will not do is allow you to make unverifiable claims as far as saying stuff that's not true. Like when you talk about funds being diverted from the federal government to take care of undocumented immigrants, that is not a thing. There is no source. And if anybody has a source to actually prove me wrong, then request up, because I will take that source. But every single person that we have talked to cannot substantiate that claim. So if you can't do it, stop talking. Ralphie, come up then. Ralphie, come up. If you have the source, come up.
I also have one, but it's not a lot. It's like 600 million.
Can I say this really quickly too? I just want to say, it's telling, and I think the person next to Gonzo, it's telling, right? Like, you guys say that you don't vote for, or you won't vote for Kamala because she'll be responsible for causing division, or she's going to start another war, but you guys don't know how to have a conversation because you glitch and you have a mantrum. Not a tantrum, a mantrum when we're trying to have a conversation. It's just like you come up here saying lies, falsehoods that all day today we have been debunking. I have yet to talk to somebody who's Republican or a Trump supporter that speaks different. It's all of you read from the same script, and I don't get it. Like, do you not have your own brain? It's just disappointing. And y'all are grown ass men. Act your age.
Yeah.
The problem is they have to get used to how these things work. I mean, I've been here for a while, so I know how to reply to you guys. They're new.
Well, and I mean, again, like I don't care about. I genuinely, I know a lot of people like, oh, I don't care about your feelings. Like, if you want to share your feelings, perfectly fine. I don't care. Like, your feeling, I can't disprove feelings, right? So I don't care. But if you're gonna tell me that we're doing something and it's quantified, whether it's you're saying that X amount of people are crossing the border, cool. Where can I verify that information? If you're telling me that funds are being diverted from this budget to this budget, cool. Where can I find this information? Like, I am not adverse to being told that I don't know something. I'm willing to accept that. But what I'm not willing to do is for people to come up and make false claims where they have no support of those claims. Ralphie, you said that you had facts. Are you specifically speaking to the facts as far as where those funds were diverted from the federal government to support undocumented immigrants?
All right, so I don't have that in front of me, but I'm gonna get it for you because I actually do know that actually did happen, and I know that I saw it and I saved it, but I just got to look for that information. But I just want to say what's up to my people. I want to check in on you guys. Make sure you guys are doing good. I know your campaign is falling apart, but I love y'all, man. I want to make sure you guys are doing okay.
Ralphie, I'm not even gonna lie. Your people been stressing me out today. Like, all day. Like,
you can't let them get to you like
Ralphie,
that. You know,
get your people in line, man. Like, they've been wild all day.
Listen, they're acting a little up. They're excited. I mean, we see the finish line, so maybe they're acting a little out of line or out of pocket, but it's okay because it's like we've been dealing with a lot. We dealt with a lot for a long time. So, like, you know, it's a process.
What?
Hey, can I mention something?
Yeah, go right ahead.
I'm a Texas guy, and there's a lot of farms around here. I'm 54 years old right now. Let me just give you some game. So they want to holler about the borders, right? They've been hollering about the border ever since Trump came in here. Around here in Texas, if you go to any farm, if it's a watermelon farm, a peanut farm, or a potato farm, or a cotton farm, or soybean farm, there's Hispanics working those farms. So Florida did the same thing. They went with this border stuff, and then a lot of fruits went bad because they didn't have people to pick them. From what I know, just from what I know out of my 54 years of living and just looking at it, the people that host the illegal immigrants is the white people with, undocumented immigrants. It's the white people that own these farms. Now they making a big fuss about it, but ever since Bill Clinton, Ronald Reagan, George Bush, even you can go back for us. What was that man just voted, making 100 years old? Jimmy Carter. They've been here, and they make a big fuss about this now. This country, if you mess with the undocumented immigrant, this country will lose tax money. This country will lose people doing jobs that won't nobody else do. And then you talking about inflation, that's going to go out the roof.
Yeah.
The Hispanic race, I have to say, have contributed a lot to this country. And I'm a black male. And I ain't going to take nothing from them. I love my brown skinned people just as well as I love everybody else in this world. It's just 1% of this country want to rule everything. And right now, what they are fighting for is this last hold of power. It's going to be a more equal playing field going forward because we're going to fix the Supreme Court. And hey, I'm going to mention something because I hadn't heard nobody say this. I think if Kamala Harris win this, which she is, Barack Obama going to the Supreme Court.
No. No, absolutely not. That would not happen. No, I mean that sounds nice, but no, he has no political. I mean, he has no legal standing. Yeah, no, that would be horrible. I mean, like that would be so ceremonial, and that would be just horrible. That's a bad idea.
To do that though?
I mean, it wouldn't be unprecedented. I mean, that did happen with President Taft. Well, after he became president and served his terms, he ended up.
What year was that though?
It was like in the early 19.
Look at Gonzo putting us on game.
Yeah, research that. He always wanted to do that at one point.
Because I do believe President Taft was on the Supreme Court. I'm trying to think.
But yeah, he was also was a federal circuit judge before he was president. So again, he has. That's what I'm saying. Like Obama has never been a judge. So yeah, you're right. So Taft was, but he also had before. He was a federal circuit judge at the age of 34.
Yeah, that is true though. So I mean, but even though Obama was a constitutional lawyer, so I mean, I don't know if you want to.
Did he actually practice?
Yeah,
he did.
I don't know if they. I don't foresee her doing that. Because that would. I don't see that going over very well. So I don't see her doing it. I don't see that going over very well in any. Even if it was possible, I don't think it's probable.
Yeah. Hey Santana, I found your evidence.
Hold on one second. Yeah, so yeah, let's do this. Let's level set real quick before we get into anything else. Guys, Ralphie, are you hanging around with us or did you just come up just for a moment?
Listen. I could drop. I could hang around.
No, it's your call. I know you're on the East Coast, and so I don't know if you wanted to hang out or not.
No, we're cool. We're cooling.
Okay. All right. So, guys, let's say it again, James.
I have to go for a quick drive, so I want to say something real quick, and I can drop for 30 minutes.
Okay. Well, yeah. Go ahead and say what you got to say real quick.
So I looked it up. FEMA has a shelter and service program, SSP, and it provides up to $650,000 to support non-federal entities to provide sheltering.
I'm sorry, that threw me off. Say it again. What is it called?
It's a shelter and services program, SSP.
Yeah, SSP. It specifically says provides non-federal entities sheltering and related activities to
Yeah, we've
non-citizen
talked about this
migrants.
before.
A gazillion times.
Yeah, we've talked about this before. It's also funds that are appropriated by Congress for those shelters, but the shelters don't specifically. They're not targeted to migrants. They're targeted to actual specific shelters across the country. But most local shelters are supported by donations and things along those lines. But yeah, no, that's not what he was saying as far
This
as.
clearly says non-citizen migrants.
Say it again.
This clearly says migrants following their release from DHS on the FEMA website.
And where do you
Or
see
how are
that?
you gonna
Because
say
I'm
it's
looking
not?
at it right now.
I googled. Give me a second.
No, I'm on the
I
shelter
Googled
and service program for FEMA. Where are you saying that?
fund? If you go to FEMA.gov, grants shelter and service program.
Yeah,
if
I'm
you
there.
Read the shelter and service. So right there in the middle, it says 650,000 assist.
Their annual budget is $650 million for this fiscal year.
Yes.
And what they do is they provide grants to local and state, I say local municipalities, to help with the sheltering of non-citizen migrants after they're released from DHS. That's it, and that's all that they do. Anything additional that migrants receive is by private donations and private organizations. It does not come from the state, it does not come from your local government, and it sure does not come from your federal government.
Also, it doesn't speak to his claim of undocumented immigrants being supported in any way, shape, or form, because, again, this is for people who are going through that process and who have, quote unquote, did it the right way, and they're being released and temporarily housed. So that still doesn't verify the overall claim that he's speaking to as far as funds going to undocumented immigrants.
I got a question anyway.
Well, hold on, because I want to completely level set. I feel like we need to do this. James, I'll drop you down. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I'll be back in 30 minutes.
Okay, thank you. Guys, so listen, just so we can level set overall, because I feel like everything has kind of went in a circle. We still have $117 left on our nightly donation goal. $117. There's 500 people watching, so if 117 people send $1, just $1, we can clear out this nightly donation goal. So if you're enjoying the live, if you enjoy the information, the education, the entertainment, please consider donating. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the bio. If you want to support the live, this is the best way to do so. Santana Speaks 24, Santana Speaks 24. Also, please don't forget about Erica. All of her pay links are in her bio. We want to make sure that we give her something as a welcome back gift. Yeah, guys, we can go ahead and knock this out like immediately. So please and thank you.
Also, another thing, bro, I'm sorry to interrupt, but it's 493 people in here. You know, we got about 40 minutes. I'm just going to estimate 40 minutes until we wrap up. And we're only at 247,000 likes. Santana has a like goal of 500,000. Let's get to tapping. Let's help him reach that like goal. You know, when he reaches the like goal, it makes him really, really happy. And it makes me happy too. So yeah, tap, tap, tap. All right, I like doing that, the tappy thingy.
Santana, I'm finna get ready to check out and go to bed. I just thought I would say this before I go. Man, thank you for everything you're doing.
Thank you.
Spreading the word. And I really appreciate you lining me up. And I just want to tell you, keep up the good work. And just remember, everyone within the sound of my voice, just understand you got new leaders coming. Her name is Madam President Kamala Harris. She's on the way and nothing can stop it. Amen. Amen.
Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Loki.
Also, yeah, guys, thank you, Lady Ball, for the subscription. Thank you. Listen, you guys are awesome. Massive W's in the chat for Katrina adding $5 to the nightly donation, and massive W's in the chat for Robin for adding $10 to the nightly donation. So that means that we are now, let's see here, let me do the quick maths on that. That means we are now only $102 away from closing out our nightly donation goal. So again, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links are in the bio. Santana Speaks 24, Santana Speaks 24. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. And don't forget about Erica, because I would like to hear her say thank you, and you guys can say welcome back. All right. Let's do this. Sarah, we have not introduced you. Sarah, how are you this evening?
I'm good.
Wonderful, wonderful. Sarah, who are you voting for this upcoming election, and what's the biggest reason why?
I was going to vote Trump for the longest time, and it was because, I don't know, I've just seen a lot of things like around me change from COVID and everything.
C19, my friend.
And I started watching, you were just with him, Parker, and I watched Dean, and I watched a bunch of people, and I'm that kind of person who speaks from feelings and facts. I like to hear them both because that's just where I come from.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to vote for Trump anymore, because just hearing all this stuff, it's
weak.
Yeah. Hold on, Rafi. Don't be rude.
Rafi.
I'm sorry. Go ahead and finish, Sarah.
No, it's just, when I look at the facts, I look at how horrible that Trump was and still is, and I just, truthfully, I don't even know if I'm going to vote anymore, because I've also heard some things about Kamala too, and it's just
Kamala,
I'm sorry. And it's 2 weeks away, and it's just crazy to me right now.
Yeah, no, listen. So let me just say this real quick. W's in the chat for Lauren, who added $5 to the nightly donation. Thank you so much, Lauren. Also, W's in the chat for Eric, who added $5 as well to the nightly donation goal. So we are now even closer to our goal. I want to say this, Sarah. The big reason, and Eric has heard this before, and maybe a lot of people listening has heard this before as well, is that the reason why I do these lives is it's not because I'm trying to convince Ralphie or trying to convince Roger, who are up on this panel, who are voting for Trump. I'm not trying to convince them not to vote for Trump, right? I feel like the people that come up on the panel, for the most part, they know who they're voting for, and they have their stance, right? They have their position. They're like, I'm voting for this person because of this, right? They plant their flag in the ground. The reason why I host my lives, and the reason why I enjoy Dean and Parker, or Mr. Jones X, or Jessica Simone, or the Black Historian, like all these other people, is because it gives people the opportunity to hear not only facts but feelings, to your point, right? I think that's important, because I too am someone who's like, yeah, I care about facts, but I care about feelings. I completely understand financially what Donald Trump would do when it comes to benefiting me in my economic state, right? But I also have an understanding of what Donald Trump would do when it comes to the people that I care most about, and the people who aren't in a privileged position like myself. And so I take all of that information in, and I weigh that against, other economic possibilities for other people. So I say all that to say, I think it's important for people like you to hear different opinions, different information, different facts, and to be able to make those decisions, right? So for you to sit there and say you don't know if you're going to vote for Trump anymore, okay, that's cool. I can appreciate that. but I hope we get an opportunity to dispel any type of misnomers that you may have, because you did say I heard this, and one of the most dangerous things that you can do is you can hear something, right? That's why I got so upset a little bit earlier, is because when people come up here and they talk about what they hear, again, Sarah, if you and I are going to talk about feelings, I'm perfectly fine with that. Like, we can talk about feelings all day, and I will not get upset with that. But when you pass information off as facts, when you can't actually verify that it's facts, that's when I have a problem with it. So, Sarah, what have you heard that worries you about Kamala Harris?
Well, I am definitely in a rural area, and I definitely come from a very conservative area. There's rarely anyone voting blue, and I just hear that I'm trying to pinpoint an exact thing that somebody's told me. That I'm trying to think. It's been a rough day.
Yeah, no worries. Take your time. Let me ask you this question, right? More so than what you've heard. What's important to you, right? I think that's the biggest question that anyone can ask. What's important to you when it comes to what you would like to not only see from a leader or a president, but like things that you would like to see happen within the next 4 to 8 years?
I would definitely like to see inflation go down. I've definitely been struggling a little bit in the money, and working my butt off, and I feel like I'm getting nowhere. I definitely want to see gas prices go down a little bit, and I'm definitely a pro-life, but I never try to look at it from the standpoint of most pro-life people. I like to say that I'm pro-life in my own choices, but I'm pro-choice for everyone else's rights.
Yeah, listen,
And
I'm sorry, go ahead, Sarah.
Oh no, I just think that it definitely should be up to the woman and her doctor what they decide on unborn babies. But just for me and how I'm a Christian, so it's kind of hard for me to say that I am truly for pro-choice, because I know a couple of people that don't misuse abortions.
AB, hold on. So, Sarah, let me say this, because is this your first time on the live?
Yes.
Okay, so let me just say this for you. I know everybody else has been here for a while, but just to make sure that you know, and just in general, right? If you ever want to get on live again, I know it doesn't always work this way on certain people's lives, but just to make sure that you use TikTok friendly language. And what that is the things. So TikTok is kind of funny about certain words that we say. And if you say those words, it can ban your account. It can ban the actual live, right? And if you say it too many times, then it can get the actual live shut down. And we want to be able to continue to have these conversations. It doesn't happen in every space, but it just depends, right? So that's why I always say, people, be mindful of those words that you can say. So you can say unalive for the M word. You can say pew pew. You can say mustache man, snotsy, smex, AB. C19, all of those TikTok friendly safe words, and we'll know exactly what you're talking about. And so you might have heard people say that before. So just when you talk about, when we talk about women's rights, and you want to talk about AB, and also, I know you said you saw me on Parker's live or whatever. Welcome to our community. I'm happy that you're here, happy you're on the panel. But in the community, we are a safe and friendly community, so we don't deal with any of the isms, racism, sexism, classism. We also don't do phobias, homophobia, transphobia, any of that. We don't do that on the panel. We don't do that in the comments. And also in the comments, we don't allow caps. Caps are for mods, and it draws my attention to the panel. So I just say all that to say, just be mindful of those words, because they can hurt your account specifically, and they can hurt the live overall.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine, my friend. Again, that's why I asked, was it your first time on the live? Now, I want to keep going with you, but you see the person that's in the box right beside you?
Yes.
That's my co-host, Erica. Can you say hi, Erica?
Hello.
Hi.
Okay, wonderful. So Erica has her hand up, and I am gonna let Erica actually speak to you. But before I do, let me just say real quick, Sean, thank you for the Venmo. Sean closed out the nightly donation goal with $92, and thank you for asking Sarah that question. Sean, you're amazing, but even more so, like, thank you. But this is definitely an opportunity, and I think it's necessary to have this conversation with Sarah. But with that being said, Erica, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. And before I start, just want to say thank you to Katrina for the $5, Robin for the 10, and Lauren for the $10 cash app for always ready with the clap back. I wrote it down, but I can't read my own handwriting. Forgive me. But thank you all so much. W's in the chat for Katrina, Robin, and Lauren. I appreciate y'all. So Sarah, I understand what you said. You said that you're basically pro-choice. And have you thought about that with Trump in office, that you won't have that choice? You won't have that choice. No woman will have that choice. Have you thought about that?
Not really.
Yeah. So I beg you to think about that, because with Kamala as our president, every woman will have that choice. So if you want to have an AB, you can have an AB. If you don't want to have an AB, you don't have an AB. So I implore you to consider that part. Yeah. And that's really all I wanted to speak to in regards to that, the pro-choice. You have to see. And someone said that she is pro-life. Yes, she said that she is pro-life for herself, but pro-choice for other women. So that means that Sarah does have some empathy within her heart to. She didn't say that?
Oh no, I wasn't talking to you.
Why are you
I was
shaking your head?
Because I get messages and I talk to the messages. You know I do that. Stop it.
Yeah,
There's plenty of times you send me message and I don't
know what you was doing up there.
Yeah, I was talking to a message that I just got.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What was happening? Yes. So Sarah, my apologies. The host sometimes likes to do stuff that distracts us all. But I wanted to pass it to Ren to speak more on this, because she's a breath of knowledge. But yeah. So Sarah, I just asked you to think about that.
Okay, Sarah, you said that other than that AB issue, what were your reasons again for why Kamala is not an available option for you?
No. Ren, she did not say that. So the question was, what's important to her?
Oh,
and so
okay.
That's what we're talking about. So just to make sure we understand what this conversation is, because I want to make sure that we take a whole step back, because
exactly.
I think
I'm not.
No, not to you specifically. I'm just talking to everyone overall. I think it's time to take a step back, because I know we can get caught up in like debate and defending and planting our flag and everything, but I think this is a good time for us to have a genuine, honest, and transparent conversation. And Ralphie's here, and Roger's here, and they're voting for Trump. And if you guys want to engage in good faith, just honest conversation, and no debates, but just having the opportunity to educate Sarah on anything, then that's what I would actually prefer this to shift to now, versus going back and forth with each other. But the question that I asked Sarah was, what's important to her? and she said she would like to see inflation reduce overall because howdy partner because prices are a little bit too high. She would also like to see the cost of gas go down, and then she also spoke on how AB is important to her. Where specifically from her standpoint, she doesn't believe in it, but she does feel like women should have the right to
Okay.
that. So
All right, I got you. Um, okay, so Sarah, with as far as inflation is only 2.4%. And I definitely understand because I remember you saying that you feel like your money is not going as far and that you're struggling. And I want you to know that is definitely an experience that a lot of us are feeling. Um, However, I do want you to understand that that is not something that's not something that the executive branch can really deal in, right? It doesn't matter who you put in office. That is a lot of the prices are being gouged by corporations. They call it shrinkflation, right? And most people, when they hear things like shrinkflation, they immediately associate it with inflation, but those aren't necessarily the same thing, right? You you following? I don't want to just keep talking and then you're
Oh
not
no,
following.
I'm just listening to you.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Um, because after the pandemic, C-19, corporations have made record profits. Not record revenue, record profits. So even if they have had to pay more to create something, if they have record profits, they're still making more money. And corporations are the reason that you're struggling, that things are so probably difficult for you. OPEC is the reason that gas prices, and because of a bad deal previously by the previous administration, it created this mess of why gas prices ended up where they did.
Okay.
So and I want you to look everything I'm saying to you, I want you to look it up, right? Because I want you to see for yourself so you can make educated decisions because this is your life. And do you have any children?
No.
Okay. Do you, at some point, if you do decide that that's what you want to do, you want to make sure that you leave them a world that has something in it. So I understand the desire to not want to deal in presidential politics. I get it. I understand it. But I want you to know that this is your life and you have the power here. Your voice matters. So don't give away your voice. Whatever choice you make, whether it is for Harris, whether it's for Trump, don't give away your voice.
Okay. This is my first year voting, so it's kind of overwhelming to hear everybody's opinions.
Yes, it's a lot, and this is a rough election for it to be your first time voting. Like it is. This is a rough one. So yeah.
Yeah, no, listen. I always say congratulations to any young person that has even any person, period, who has the opportunity to vote for the first time. It's definitely your civil duty, but it's also a privilege that you get for being a citizen of the United States, right? So I have never been of the belief of throwing away my vote, right? Regardless of what level the vote is on. I always want to understand and know the candidates because I take pride in actually voting. And I've never voted because someone told me that I should vote or whatever. So that the questions that I ask you, or the questions that I ask myself whenever I vote for anything or anyone, the one thing that I want to speak to, and I would like to give, because again, I don't know Roger that well, but I do know Ralphie relatively well, right? And so I do want to give Ralphie an opportunity to speak, and from the perspective of someone who is voting for Donald Trump. And Ralphie, can you or do you feel comfortable addressing any of the things that Sarah said as far as how you think Trump might be willing to deal with inflation or higher gas prices?
Yeah, absolutely. I could touch on specific things. First and foremost, when it comes to the AB stuff, I just want to say that there isn't going to be a national ban. He said that several times, and the issue is now in the states. It's in the states' power. The people in the states could vote on how they want that law to be. That is completely how it should be. We shouldn't rely on the federal government to govern over all of us. We should give the power to the states. Less government is always better. The less that we're able to give the government, and I know you guys have rebuttals, but let me just get through some things.
Well, but
When it
hold
comes
on. The
to
one thing that I want to clarify, because that's the reason why I didn't bring up AB, right? Because she spoke to her stance on AB, but even more than that, Ralphie, you're right. Return it to the states, but that goes against what she already said that she believes, right? She believes that women should have control of their own body. She doesn't believe in AB, but she believes that every woman should have the right to AB. So that, in my opinion, is a moot topic. That's the only reason I didn't say anything about that.
I get it. Listen, AB is my least favorite
Yeah, that's why I didn't
subject.
say anything about it.
It's honestly, I'm not, and I'm not like I can't even put myself in a woman's
And that's why
shoes.
I
So
gave you like the economic ones. So, but
yeah,
go
okay.
ahead.
So the economic ones are the ones that I look at the most, right? So first and foremost, inflation is not up 2.1%. It's up 2.1% in what time frame? Because if we're looking from Trump's period to now, inflation is way up. There's a reason the Fed has only cut rates one time. There's a reason why during Trump's presidency, interest rates were at 2.9%, and now the national average is at 7.1%. That is record inflation. Also, gas prices. Last time I was on this live, I sent you some gas prices. Then I sent you two sources. I sent you the government source, and I sent you AAA. We never even got back to fixing what was wrong there.
Oh,
Like that was not facts. The facts were
Ralphie,
yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not. This isn't even me. I gotta drop you down for a moment, my friend. You just got flagged.
For what? What did I do?
For you just
For misinformation,
yeah, what
probably.
you said is
For
not
what?
accurate. So please be. So I guess let's talk about inflation. Let's slow it down for a moment because
Drop 'em.
yeah, just
That's ridiculous.
hang for 1 minute. Hang for 1 minute.
No. I'm not.
Hold on, no, Ralphie. I want you to come back up. I want you to come back up because I want you to talk. Just a moment. So listen. Because inflation is, Ralphie does have a point as far as how inflation works, but as far as inflation year over year, it does change. Currently, the annual inflation rate is 2.4%, which is back to the levels that they were in February of 2021. Okay, Ralphie, if you want to come back up now, you can. Ralphie, you can request to come back up now. So yeah, Ralphie, are you still here?
I think he was saying that he's gonna go when he was getting dropped, so he probably isn't still here.
Well, he's still here. I just sent him a request.
He said he's good. Your crowd just reports me.
Yeah, no, Ralphie, that wasn't
was TikTok.
that wasn't the crowd. I
was
promise you, it
TikTok.
was not the crowd.
TikTok.
The TikTok. So Sarah, Sarah, are you still there?
I wanted to
I am.
ask Sarah a question too.
So Sarah, just an FYI, again, TikTok has a really good algorithm. I get like stuff on my side. I see stuff on my side that flash in front of me, and that's why I'm always like responding to it. But one thing that they will do before they, ban your account or anything like that, they'll give you flags and they'll let you know if anyone is saying or doing anything wrong. And so the algorithm will actually flag certain people. And so it's Ralphie is right in the sense that people can report, but it's not always reporting. So the one thing that I'll say, the most important thing that I can tell you is, don't just take my word for it. Don't take Ralphie's word for it. Don't take Erica Wren, whoever. Make sure you research the information that you are getting. And again, that's why I always say, like, I want to be able to verify any information that's being given. Because one, I want to be able to have these conversations and not have my live taken down because of misinformation. But two, I want to be able to talk to people and let them know what's really happening. So I'll just say that. Erica, you said you wanted to say something else.
Yeah, so Sarah, I know you mentioned that you don't have children. If you don't mind me asking, you don't have to answer. Do you plan to one day have children?
I think yes, of course. I think I want a big family. That's one of my things that is a goal for me in the future.
That's absolutely beautiful. So one thing that Trump is looking to do is he wants to get rid of the Department of Education. And in getting rid of the Department of Education, that's something else that he wants to give back to the states. And in doing so, he wants to do this thing called school choice. It's basically where you can go to, it's like a voucher almost, where you can go to any school that you want. But the bad thing about school choice is that it discriminates. It discriminates against not only black people and other people of color, also it discriminates against low-income people, but something that's near and dear to my heart, not just as the mother of a black son, but my son lives with high-functioning autism and ADHD. And with school choice, it allows schools to discriminate against children with behavioral and physical disabilities. We can't predict what's going to happen with our children. We can't. We really can't. And so if one of your children were to have, let's say, a behavioral disability, how do you think that would make you feel that they aren't able to go to a school that's best suited for them simply because that school has the right now to discriminate against them?
What make me feel pretty good? What make me feel good?
Is exactly. But that's what Trump wants to do. That's literally what he wants to do. And
I have a question. I'm sorry. Sarah, you said that how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 20.
Okay. Are you in college?
Yes.
If you get rid of the Department of Education, if you get Pell Grant money or subsidized student loans, that would be gone. Because that's funded through the Department of Education. So, and let's say it takes a little bit of time and you're able to get through your bachelor's. What happens if you want to go and get a master's? What if your career choice requires a master's? So, and then you have to consider like she said, disabled children. Because if you send it back to the states, the problem becomes right now the states already have control of their curriculums. That's why the education system in Mississippi and Alabama can be so different from the education system in New York and California. The states already have control of their curriculums. Then if you get rid of the Department of Education, then the only thing that you're doing essentially is taking away the protections for low-income children, for minority children, for disabled children. And that's something that,
Donald Trump is interested in doing, and he's interested in. And I was actually just having a conversation with somebody about all of this today. He's interested in allowing teachers, wanting teachers to have pew pews. That's in his agenda 47. Teachers having pew pews to prevent pew pews at schools. I don't know if that made sense. I think everybody understood me. But it's I don't want to see our world go down this path where it looks nothing like what we want our kids to see, right? You want your children to have a life, hopefully with a little bit more money in their pocket, but you want them to have democracy and freedom, right?
Of course.
How are you going to get that from a person that states they want to be a dictator from day one?
I don't really know how to respond to that. I'm just taking in information.
Yeah, no, listen, that's super fair. That's super fair. And
It is.
so listen, this is what I'll say to you, Sarah. Have you already voted?
No, not yet.
Okay, cool. So, the election is on November the 5th, right? You still have time. And every day until the election, and even after, people are going to be having these conversations. People are going to be having debates, right? Because, of course, debate is really big on TikTok. There's a lot of people that argue back and forth, but you can get a lot of information. Myself, Erica, we co-host this panel every night. And you can always come back here and get not only information, but you can also get the feels, right? Because we do talk about feelings here. I am, again, very much in the mindset of I want to address the feelings. The one thing that I want to throw out to you, though, is letting you know that, one, you have time to actually make your decision. But two, the biggest thing that I can say is, at the end of the day, you don't actually have to tell anybody who you vote for. I genuinely mean this. It doesn't matter if everyone in your family is telling you that you have to vote this way because you have to vote this way. To Ren's point earlier, don't let anyone take your voice away. And you don't have to use your voice and stand up and say, I'm voting for Kamala Harris or I'm voting for Donald Trump. Quite simply, all you have to do is cast your ballot whichever way you think is the best way to do so. So take the time, continue to listen, continue to learn, continue to take in information. If nothing else, take this back. Were you on Parker's live when I was on today? Is that where you saw me, or was it another live?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So did you hear the question that I asked the guy and he could never answer?
It was.
Yeah, it was long, no worries. So the question I had for him was, can you name one policy that Donald Trump has one policy that Donald Trump has that will benefit the average American, that has actual substantial steps behind it? So Donald Trump talks about, drill baby drill, or mass deportation, or 200% tariffs. And my question is, how do you make those things happen, right? How is that viable? And not only how is it viable, but what type of repercussions do those things have? And the guy that I was talking to earlier couldn't answer that question, right? Because at no point, and I say this all the time, and I don't say this to be funny, I say this to be true. I tell people who support Donald Trump, I know your candidate better than you do, because I spend time watching Donald Trump rallies and Kamala Harris rallies, and I spend time reading Agenda 47. and Kamala Harris policy plans. And I even read Project 2025. I dive into all this information on a daily basis, and I consume this information on a daily basis. And when I tell you the reason why that question can't be answered is because Donald Trump has, I'm not even going to try to be funny, so I'm not going to say concepts of an idea, but Donald Trump talks about, he wants to do all these things, but in no way, shape, or form is he saying how he's going to execute the plans that he has. Kamala Harris has laid out multiple things that she wants to accomplish, and she's also laid out the steps of how she wants to accomplish those things. So I would just recommend digging into it a little bit more and finding out who actually not only is going to benefit the everyday American, but who actually has real ideas of how to benefit everyday Americans, and also who did the experts say is going to actually be beneficial. Because you take a look at the 400 economists who has said that not only will Donald Trump's plan add $8 trillion, almost $9 trillion to the debt, but it would quite literally be horrible for the United States. I like to listen to the smart people. I know I don't know everything, and if someone's smarter than me, then I listen. So I would just say check that out as well.
I love listening to economists and that, and I really do like listening from people's different standpoints. And when I talk to people who are voting Trump, I think most of them vote on how the economy is right now, and they don't talk about policies that he's promised. And that's where I get really, I don't want to say confused, but I get very confused, because they're talking about how the last 4 years were horrible, and I understand that for a lot of people, my family included. We're middle class and we've been struggling since COVID.
C19.
But I don't C19, sorry.
No, you good.
And I also have to take in fact that C19 hurt a lot of people, and I think that people who are supporting Trump don't take that into account most of the time. They shrug it off.
Yeah.
Hey, Santana, can I say something? Do you mind?
Go right ahead, my friend.
No, actually, I mean, and I'm glad you really said that, Sarah, because that is one thing to why I can never bring myself to support Trump, because I know people want to tout his economy and this and that, but even with C19, when it happened, I mean, what gets lost in the sauce basically is during the course of within 2 years, we had over 1 million Americans unalive during C19, and yeah, we lost those lives, but there's an economic impact on that too, on those lives lost. And honestly, people haven't really been talking about it. So I actually started looking into it and everything, and I found through some websites, like for example through the National Library of Medicine, the National Center for Biotechnology Information. It's a government website, and it actually says in an article from February 22nd, 2023, it actually assessed the impact of 1 million COVID C19 unalivings in America. It's an economic and life expectancy losses. I mean, I just want to read a little bit of what it says. And it says that between February 2020 and May 2022, 1 million Americans unalive due to C19. To determine the contributions to those deaths to all cause mortality in terms of life expectancy, we estimate that the U.S. life expectancy at birth dropped by 3.08 years due to 1 million C19 deaths. Now, the economic welfare laws estimated in terms of national income growth, supplemented by the values of life lost, was in the order of $3.57 trillion. So, based on the million C-19, there was a national income growth supplemented by the values of lives lost. So basically, America lost $3.57 trillion to our economy because of C-19 and those million people being unalive. And honestly, I think that's something that those losses underscore what we've had to go through in our economy. I mean, and it's a byproduct, honestly, of Trump's mishandling of C-19. So,
Yeah, no, and I'll say this to kind of wrap this up, Sarah. Do you know two things? Do you know what besides C-19, what was the most impactful event to the U.S. economy? Well, since C-19, what was the most impactful event to the U.S. economy?
Not off the top of my head.
The last time that our economy was affected the way that it was during C-19 was during the Great Depression. And in order for us to get past the Great Depression, it took about 12 years, and also it took taxing corporations at an extremely high level, right? Like an unprecedented level. But that's how we were able to get out of the Great Depression, and also how we were able to build the strongest middle class that we've ever had. So to say that we are 4 years from the start of C-19 and we've already made an economic recovery, not a complete economic recovery, but we've started to tick back up from an event that took, the last time we had an event like this, it took 12 years. That's something major. So keep that in mind. And then also, I think you might have heard this multiple times, and Erica even had someone say earlier, or had the chat say, thanks Obama in the chat. Whenever you talk about a presidency, right, most presidencies inherit what happens from the last presidency. And I say that in the sense that when Barack Obama took office, he inherited the policies and things that were in place from George Bush, right? And so his first 4 years were not great economically. He had to do a lot of stuff, including bailing out the banks, bailing out the airlines, bailing out the housing market. And then his next 4 years, he spent time actually improving and creating a strong economy and a strong U.S., and then he passed that off to Trump. Well, Trump had a strong economy and a strong country, and so yes, things were good under Trump, but that's because he had inherited the Barack Obama's economy and what Barack Obama has put in place. Now, Donald Trump being in office, I'm not going to say it was a complete failure, but because we did have C-19, but prior to C-19, with the overall tax cuts that he put in place, it had such a negative impact overall, and it gave so many cuts to the upper class and also the corporations that it added so much to our debt that our economy was already starting to take a small tick down before C-19. So when you talk about these 4 years that the Biden-Harris administration has been under, they have spent time putting in different things in places to try to help fix the things that happened not only under Trump's administration, but due to C-19. So the only way that we can really say, yes, this was successful, or no, it was a failure, would be to allow, technically the Biden-Harris administration to finish out 4 more years. That's why most presidents get 8 years, right? Because there's an understanding that the first 4 years, it's, working off of what happened from the last president, and then the next 4 years is working off what you're doing. So when you talk about where we've been for these last 4 years, a lot of that stuff has to do with Donald Trump not Biden Harris.
Okay, I see where you're coming from.
But listen, my friend, I really want you to come back. Are you're following me now?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Are you following Erica?
Thank you,
I
Mo,
am
for the
not
subscription.
yet.
Okay, follow Erica. She's my co-host. Thank you, Mo Love, for the subscription. Make sure you follow both of us. Please come back. Right, again, you have days left before the election. You have time to learn more, to grow more, and to be able to make an informed decision. And at the end of the day, you know, whoever you vote for is who you vote for. The big thing that I'll say is, please just make a decision based off of information, and don't be misguided, and don't just throw your vote away because someone tells you to. If you're going to vote for somebody, vote with conviction and understand what you're doing. That's the only thing that I'll say.
And can I ask you to do one other thing, Sarah?
Yes.
When you come back with questions.
Please,
Okay.
please.
Come back with questions so we can answer them, because I want you sound like you're really interested in making the best choice for you. And I want to help in any way I can for you to make the choice that works for you. And it doesn't have to be the choice I made. It does not. I just want you to feel empowered. That's what I want. So bring questions and push back against anything if you want to know something. Okay?
I definitely will do my research.
Okay.
Thank you guys. You guys were amazing.
Yeah, no, thank you for coming up. We really appreciate you.
Yes. Thank you for coming up.
Have a good night.
You too.
Have a good night.
Guys, that was fun. That was good. You know, I think it was really good to be able to have that change of pace, right? Because again, I know we can get very, very combative, and we can get into that that whole tribalistic, plant my flag, my side's right, your side's wrong. But when we have an opportunity to speak with people, that's super, super important to me. And I know, you know, even when she says, she's like, oh, I saw you in Parker. And I appreciate Parker. I appreciate Dean. I appreciate Jones. I appreciate anyone who has the debate talk. But this is not a debate. And I say that all the time. This is a conversation. This is a conversation, and I appreciate it when we can have those conversations and we allow people to, you know, ask questions, and we're able to actually talk things through and get an opportunity like tonight where there's a possibility that we not only change someone's mind, but help them, one, to be able to educate themselves, but also two, be able to make, you know, a real impact. And that's what we do it for. So I'm going to say this. Right, guys, yeah, we made it to 301,000 likes. That's what I wanted to get to for sure. Also, you know, Erica's here, and she's back, and I've been doing this for the last couple of nights, so I want to show off a little bit. So if you guys are so inclined, I put an end of night gift goal, which is the witch. It's the witch. So, you know, if anybody here is feeling nice, is feeling, you know, fine, is feeling the feels after we've had this amazing night and want to help me show off a little bit to Erica and want to send one of those witches, you know, that would be dope.
Get that man a witch.
Yeah, you know, that would be dope.
But
with that, yeah, with that being said, Ren, what do you have for the people?
I really enjoyed talking to Sarah, and I hope she comes back with questions, because I want her to not vote, right? I know that's a double negative,
yeah.
But I want her to use her voice. And yes, would I love if she voted for my candidate? Yeah, I mean, why not? However, I just want her to use her voice.
Yeah.
I want every young person. I want every person. They don't even have to be young. Use your voice, because if voting didn't matter, they wouldn't work so hard to keep you from doing it.
No, listen, facts, big facts. I tell people all the time, if voting didn't matter, they wouldn't try so hard to make sure that you didn't vote. So,
yeah. So, I think we're doing great things, and I'm gonna keep coming back to keep helping do these great things, and
Good night.
Thank you so much, Ren.
Good night, Ren. Thank you as always.
E,
Yes.
welcome back. How are you feeling?
I am about to pass out.
Yeah. It's
I'm
a little
trying.
bit different up here than being down in the chat again, right?
Yeah, it is, of course. I ain't at 100% yet.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So, yeah, but no, I really appreciated what you said to the young lady, to Sarah, because I wanted to say it, but I'm about to. As soon as this thing wraps, I'm out.
Yeah,
But they're not gonna be in the booth with you.
Yep.
They're not. Your daddy, your brother, your husband, your boyfriend. They're not gonna be in the booth with you. So just like Santana said, like my bro said, you don't have to shout who you voted for. But they don't know. So we gotta.
They don't know about this here. Don't listen to what people say. They don't know about you and
who
me.
you vote for. You gotta remix it. You gotta remix it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to say thank you so much to everyone for the love, for the welcome backs. Happy to see you. I'm very happy, very, very happy to be back. We will definitely do it again tomorrow.
Yeah, we will.
But yeah, thank you guys so much. My heart is full. I appreciate everyone so very much. So as home now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, and look at my cool hoodie. Did you see my hoodie?
Did you win something else? You gotta stop winning stuff, dude.
I did not win this one. I paid for it.
Oh, okay.
I paid for it. And this is his Bones. It was his limited edition. So it ain't for sale no more. So y'all can't get one. Yes.
I didn't even know about that.
He only had 15. He said he wasn't gonna do a lot of these. He only had 15. And I made sure I got me one of them. I got the whole outfit, so it's like, yeah. And I feel this statement right now, but I'm not going to try to interpret it the way how Bone would, because it means something special to him. But I definitely feel this statement right now. But again, thank you guys. I ain't going to talk too much. I'm ready to go to sleep. Are we doing the piece together, or I can go?
Oh, you can go. You can go.
Okay. Oh,
it's all
damn.
good.
Dismiss me, huh?
No. I mean, I know you wanted to go ahead and go. I mean,
didn't
it
play
doesn't
my
matter.
theme music.
Listen, that was not on me. That was on Alexa.
My gosh.
That was
all
on
right,
Alexa.
guys. Well, thank you again.
Hold on, because I told it I gotta do this. I don't know what it is. There's one sitting right here beside me, and every time I talk to it, it goes to the bathroom. So
I don't want to play my song.
Yeah, no.
All right. So funny. All right. Love you, bro. I'm out.
All right. Have a good night. All right, guys, listen, thank you for all the love. Thank you for all the consideration. Thank you for all the time. Thank you for just being here. Again, I really appreciate Sarah. I appreciate any time that we can actually have genuine conversations and we can get away from the whole debate talk and actually make a real life connection. So thank you guys for being here. I love you all. I love all the taps, the shares, the likes, all that good stuff. Thank you. And as always, peace.